Good afternoon, everybody. This is John the Voice Saundercock reporting for the first time of the day from the wonderful Cashmere Club. We are down to the last 16 and I believe both the flight and the main event. This is a flight game to start you all off. And we've got a Club Waimea battle with Katrina McLean taking on Celia Bason. So the mouth-watering prospect early on in the day. Pretty sure many of you would have expected both of these ladies to be playing in the championship event, but such is the strength of the field that one poor game or a bit of bad luck or what have you, and you can easily find yourself in the flight. So nothing against either of these ladies. They're definitely well worth the watch. Seen both of them play recently and both got a lot of skill to offer, so this should be a great game to cap us off, to start us off. Already see a few people have logged on. Daniel Cole and Julie Alderson. Good afternoon to the two of you. And I hope you guys, and many more of you later on in the day, strap yourselves in for an excellent afternoon and evening of pool with the Queens of New Zealand getting their turn on the stream. Don't forget, of course, that next week is the National Masters, which is played at this very same venue, and I believe On Cue will be streaming parts of that as well. Thank you very much, Samara, and again a big thank you to you for the work that you do for City Club and all the streams that you put on for the City Club 2000 in Palmerston North. It's always good to have people to stream events when this sort of service isn't available. You do a very good job of that, Samara. Wayne Aitken, all the way from Hokitika. Hello to you too. So we're just waiting for the game to get called out. Tracy Andrew on control as always, doing a magnificent job of running this tournament. Of course, she's put in an awful lot of hours to run tournaments this year. The South Island Ladies and the South Island Open running off each other in June, and she's doing double duty here this week and next week with, of course, the Masters next week. Denise Simmons, hello to you too. I believe you'll be playing in the Masters next week, so it'd be good to catch up with you there, Denise, if you're not already in the building. Everyone's picks to win it. Well, first of all, I'll have to have a look at who's still in the event, Red Bag. I must admit I haven't seen an updated draw yet of who's still in the event at the last 16 stage. I know Gina Grimwood's still in, and Mia at the moment playing down where I can see. I believe Jojo Coleman's still in as well. But once I get an idea of who's actually still in the championship event, I can better answer that question. But as far as, and maybe this is just because I know her game so well, because she's from this area, you'd think that Jojo would be a pretty good pick for most people to win it. She's had an excellent year this year. I know it's not as big a tournament, but she recently won the Cashmere Club Champ Pairs with Chris Geary, which she played extremely well in that, and she's been queuing excellently all year. She's done a lot of good things over in Australia as well with the Pockets Pro Series. along with another lady who many would tip as a favourite to win this, and Camellia Cook. Of course, Camellia and Jojo were victorious in the pairs final on Monday. And if they were on the opposite sides of the draw, then so many people would love to see a Mia versus Jojo final, but never mind the fact that there are so many talented ladies in this field that any one of about perhaps 10 of them could be there. You've got Kimberly, You've got, I don't know why her last name escapes me, from Swanson. Then you've got Agnes Kimura from Swanson as well. You've got, of course, Gina Grimwood from Club Waimea. Aileen Barnes, of course, the old stager. So you've got so many players, and again, I'm just listing off a few that I know of immediately that would have a decent chance of making at least a semi-final. So Kimberly Cullen, thank you, Daniel. I don't know why I just blanked there. Also, if Denise Wilkinson is playing in this, I believe that she is. I mean, she'd be a big pick for many to win this. I mean, she's been queuing magnificently as well. I mean, she always does. She's fresh off a win at the Ladies Snooker Pairs National Snooker Singles Championship, so obviously comes in with a bit of form, and did make the final in the pairs as well with the aforementioned Kimberly Cullen. Just getting myself set up. I believe Tracy has called the two players to the streaming table, so only be a matter of minutes before we get a match underway. I've been getting several messages on Messenger. I think Tracy Andrews got me on Facebook Messenger, so she's been sending me updates when she can, and hopefully I'll get a direct line into how the tournament actually progresses through her. So if you hear my phone pinging randomly during this, then that's just somebody messaging me about the stream, or it's Tracy messaging me to tell me what's up. Okay, well that just kind of shows my ignorance, doesn't it? If neither of two of those players I just mentioned are playing in the singles, I've said a number of times that I'm not as much up with the play with the ladies as I am with the men or with the Open. I think I don't watch a hell of a lot of ladies pool, and I want to change that, because there's certainly a lot of good ladies pool out there. The game for the ladies has improved markedly over the years, and it's great to see that. Here we go, we've got a game underway with Celia base on breaking. And nothing off the break, so Katrina immediately to the table. Both of these ladies play with a 9-ball cue, and that in part due to their partners, Kerry Wirtz for Celia and Chris Bowman for Katrina. Both of them regularly play with a 9-ball cue, and so Katrina and Celia have probably taken that up through them. Don't let my wife see that red bag. Not suggesting anything either. But Katrina represented the South in the North versus South match on Wednesday, which I hope some of you did get a chance to see. It wasn't recorded live because we didn't have any internet at the time. Thankfully the internet has resolved itself. So you will hopefully get a full day of streaming today, and then we can really do this tournament justice, because still don't have the same amount of exposure for women's pool as you do for the Opens. And even though that is changing and for the better, we still have a wee ways to go before we get equality in that regard. Cheers, Muzz.
Race to 5 there. Oh no, there's a flight. Righto. There you go, mate.
Thank you.
I'll see if I can get somebody to come up and sit with you down the track. Want to get some interesting,
So hopefully at some point I will also get a co-commentator as well. And you get the first part that I'm here and I'm doing this, but it's always good with a second person, and in particular a lady to sit next to me to perhaps give you guys a better insight into ladies' pool, because obviously you get more of an insight for somebody who plays in that sphere more regularly. Oh, Daniel Cole, you'll definitely be. At least you don't have to be one-sided here, Dan. And also, I mean, Daniel Cole, by the way, for those of you who don't know, he's living in the Waimea area at the moment, and he plays out of Club Waimea, so he will know both of these players quite well, I'd imagine, as evidenced by that little message that he sent saying that Katrina's playing with a new cue. So, I mean, I wouldn't have known that unless I'd actually watched a lot of her play. So somebody else who does know about her or who has seen her play will pick that sort of thing up. And one thing I did notice with Katrina is the different bridge that she's got. That most players, when they bridge on a normal shot or in normal circumstances, they put 4 fingers on the table and they grip the table with the tips of their fingers. And the thumb's the only. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Oh, great attempt. But most players, when they bridge, they will put their 4 fingers on the table, and the thumb's the only one not touching the table, because that's between the index finger and the thumb is where your cue normally goes, and they grip it. But with Katrina, and you can see it with her bridge on the rail as well, she only has the pinky and the index finger actually gripping the table. And I'm not too sure where that comes from. It could be something that Chris Bowman has taught her to do, because I know Chris teaches her a lot and gets her on the practice table a lot. I mean, I say that then, and now she's gone to the more conventional bridge. You got any idea about that, Dan? I mean, I could, of course, ask her myself, but she's playing at the moment. You know, and I would love for you to join me as well, Dan. I know you probably can't, but it would be mean to have somebody to sit with me. Cue ball, look out. Oi. One other thing too is that these two players will know each other very well, obviously from the same club, so they'll know each other's play styles, so you'd get a lot of games within a game when you've got players who regularly play against each other and players are from the same club. Oh, she didn't get a good pos on anything there. It was a ballsy move taking the 2 as a free ball. She actually played off the 9, I believe, and here's me being an idiot again and not realising that she was on the unders. So shut up, John. But she was unable to make the 7 fit, and I don't think that 6 goes between the 8 and... Sorry, the 9 goes between the 6 and the 8, because if it did, then that would be your obvious first ball, but she might have to try and snick this 10 in and hope the cue ball doesn't run too far down table.
A bit lonely, John.
Yeah. She's done that beautifully. Played it about as soft as she could whilst it still going in. You shouldn't need to do too much with this. If she rolls it in at pocket weight, then she should be nice on the black here. It's probably a touch hard, but as long as the black's still on in the middle pocket, then she'll definitely have a crack at it. She'll need to watch the cue ball though, because there's a big middle pocket on the other side waiting for it. No, she hit it too fat. Shows you that perhaps the in-off wasn't on though, because if she'd hit it at the correct angle, then the cue ball would have gone finer than that and gone down table more. All Celia's got to do is just roll this in pocket weight and be nicely on the 7 here, which she does nicely. This might be a touch straight on it here, but she may fancy a long black here. Or alternatively, just, there's that gamesmanship there, just put it over the bag, force Katrina to play long. We did right too, Dan. Played together in the Open South Island pairs. Big ball, just for the first frame, and can't quite make it fit. Nothing like a full-blooded go though. He certainly left nothing to the imagination. There could be that 9-ball influence there. Instead of taking that soft and just coming off the rail a little bit for the black in the middle pocket, she's gone the more aggressive route and come up table. And then she's just duffed it though. She's absolutely made a meal of that. You did right, Dan.
How do you know I'm here?
Hmm?
How do you know I'm here?
Because the microphone's really good, Rich. Going for the top right pocket here. This is interesting. I think most players would have jacked up on that slightly and tried to put it in the left pocket, because it's a, first of all, it's a bigger pocket for the angle, and secondly, you're playing into the pocket you can see, as opposed to what is often termed as the blind pocket. Usually players, if they've got the option, as long as it's not an off or anything, they'll choose to play for the open pocket. Oh, that's a lovely shot though from Celia. What a way to win the frame. There's a bit of chasing the black around the table there, but it's stuffed into the pocket by Celia. So she goes 1-0 up. And maybe Katrina having second thoughts about that. I think that last shot in particular, whether she perhaps should have gone for the opposite corner pocket, or just in general, close the frame out better. See Matthew Lee on refereeing duties. It's good to have him here. He's very knowledgeable on the rules. He took the plunge and decided to become a ref. That's a massive break. She's absolutely poleaxed that and got no reward. The second spelling, Daniel. We're not all like you. Unders the go here. But she immediately cedes the table. Bit of an awkward one, this actually, because from my eyes the 9 doesn't pass the 12, so there's your easy starter ruled out. Could very well be that the 14 does go past the 6 though. Looks like it cuts in the middle too, so the only thing she's got to be wary of is her queuing, because the black's right there. She's got to bridge over the black, at least partially here. She's gone back to the 9, so it must be on. Indeed it was, well played. There's definitely a lot of Chris Bowman in the way she strikes the ball. I was just watching the first frame and thinking, who does that remind me of? And I mean, Chris Bowman, that's definitely him. Hits the ball nicely. Actually, it comes up slightly as she cues, but strokes the ball well. There's definitely an all or nothing approach there. Thanks, Lee. I will have a look. I've been sent a few messages actually. So by the look of it, this is the main event. We've got, I'll just list these out for you. We've got Larissa Devine playing Corrine Simpson, Shannon Ortene against Rita Tormo, Camelia Cook against Tatum Manning. Tatum Manning, of course, has won this event multiple times. Agnes Kimura against Aileen Barnes, so 2 of the old stages. Temple Gailey against Louise Kerr. Claire Shanaher against Suzanne Hart. Liz Hullen against Shirley Boyce, so there's a Hornby matchup. And Gina Grimwood against Jojo Coleman, so there's 2 of what some people would term as the favourites to perhaps be in the final, playing each other in the last 16. So just quickly back to the game. Looking for a plant here, and She would have liked that to have been right over the pocket, but where the 13's wound up and where the 3 is, gave her license to play that shot. Even if she doesn't get a cover, it's still good because she's made those 2 balls more on for herself, and Katrina's still got a lot of work to do here. And this is not easy from here. She probably best off with the black tied up to get that 10 out of there. And if Celia wants to try and finish this game off, she's then got that black to contend with, and she doesn't have that safety of the 3 ball being there. Don't know if she could have seen that 10, and you know, surely somebody would be, if they're watching that, would probably suggest to her perhaps that the 10's got to be the next shot if she can see it, because of the way the table lies. It's the ball that will cause you the most problems that you can actually see. So she might get another crack at it now, and with the 6 blocking or partially blocking the 11 and the 14, it becomes a better option, but she's looking at the 10 instead. Sorry, looking at the 11 instead, and it could be a good thing for her that she's put it in the middle of the table, because it could offer an opportunity to play into that 13 maybe. This time she does find that corner pocket. And this would be a great opportunity for Celia now to maybe work at getting an angle on the 4 or the 7 to break that black away. It's not there now. Oh, overcut it. See, it wasn't there then, but if she could have made an angle on the 7 where she could pot that 7 and release the black, then that could very well be the frame. Now she's done possibly the worst thing she could have done here and given Katrina a free ball, because the black actually blocks all of her overs, so she can take the 3 here and get rid of one of the biggest problems in this frame. Then of course the only thing after that is the 13, but that was a big miss there from Celia. Oh yeah, definitely, Dan. These ladies all either champions in this event or could very well be, and playing each other so early. Or look at this though from Katrina. I think the angle's there for the split. I think it's there. She's just got to cue throw it. Oh, she's kind of snapped off it though. That was the big chance right there. But she's fluffed her lines, and now Celia's got the whole table at her mercy. Just needs to make this first one and get good pos on the 1, and she's away.
Jojo's falling in.
So unable to do so on this visit. Hearing from Richie that Jojo's 4-1 up over Virginia. That'd be a massive game, even though it is relatively early. If Jojo can get over the line, especially with a 5-1 win, that's so good for her confidence. She is very much a confidence player. Oh, Katrina tried to sit that in front of the black and it's gone down. Both of these balls over pockets. She's just got to have a swing at this. 4-2, I've now been informed. Jojo currently leads Gina. There could be a markers double here, or even a markers triple, either of those two middle pockets here. She went for the markers double and she was not too far off. It wasn't natural angle for it. She kind of had to play it into the rail, so she had to hit it slightly on to the right of centre to get the angle for the markers. Doesn't want to be on the rail. Ooh, she should be okay here, but needs to make sure that she doesn't get all the way on the left hand side of the table, and even more so that she doesn't want to get behind the 11. I think she's okay, but she would have been breathing a bit heavily for a while there. No, she's fine. She's fine. Down it goes. So 2-0 Celia over Katrina. And because this is a race to 3, this is last chance saloon for Katrina, but it will be Celia with the break. Just having a bit of lunch there. Didn't want to hear you guys to hear me chewing on my food, so back now though. Celia on, hang on, let me fix that score first. Celia on the overs in this frame and Katrina on the unders, and I'm pretty sure Katrina would rather it that way. Look at where that 5 finished. The shot to establish a set. And Celia potting an over and then unluckily pushing 14 onto the 5 and the 5 over the pocket. So this is much better table setup for Katrina, especially now since she absolutely needs this frame. I know it's incredibly obvious being 2-0 down, race to 3, but so often it's little things like that that can give you a bit of a leg up, so to speak. Don't think that 4 goes into the corner pocket bottom right. Looks like it might be the 2 that she's playing here. She can just see the edge of it, but she's okay on the 3. That was quite a bold move though to play that early in the game, because she's kind of committed herself to the finish in some ways. She's had an absolute nightmare there. Oh, and look at where the 3s ended up, dear oh dear. She's given Celia half a chance at this with the 2 not being as over the pocket as the 5 was, that plant, or even the 14 by itself, becomes possible now. Obviously got to get down table for it, or up table for it, which is I think what she tried to do there. She could well have lucked into position on this though. If she can see between the 15 and the 14, this 14 could very well be on, or it was. I think she would have loved to have moved the 2 with it, but for now she'll take the pot. The shot's running away from natural position on, in particular, the 11 and the 9. So she might play the 9 off the top rail and try to just sit it in front of the 2, or at least sit it somewhere near that pocket. Because the unders are not all on, the 3's difficult and the 6 is stuck, so using the fact that the table is difficult for your opponent to your advantage here. The other option she's looking at here is the 11, just trying to perhaps move it and make that ball easier for herself. That was an interesting choice of shot there. She tried to actually cut the 9 over in front of the 7, which she hasn't managed to do, but she has made the 9 a lot more available there. So even though she didn't get the result she was after, she still got a result of sorts, and it does put a little bit of extra emphasis on Katrina getting this right. Oh, cue ball, look out. Oh, it's okay. Got to be the 6 here, I'd imagine, unless you can see enough of the 4. Oh no, she couldn't, so she's just clipped off the 2 and run down table, so that's pretty clever. She has, however, left a shot on for the 11 down the rail here. If Celia's good enough, she can plop that behind the 2, and that could very much sew the game up. Off the 2, great shot, brilliant shot. Could very well be a game-winning shot, in fact. So Katrina had some form of control over this frame, but Celia's managed to wrest it back with 1 shot. That's beautifully cued. She's coming back here for the 2. I just wonder if that, perhaps she can see enough of that far jaw from her view to grind it in off the 11. Answer probably no, but she's just tried to move it somewhere else and hasn't got it to where she wants it. You can see as she walked away from the table, she wasn't happy with the result. The 13 could still be tricky though for Celia here.
5-2.
So I've just been told that Jojo victorious over Gina 5-2. Oh, awesome, Ryan. Hey, good luck to you and Des, by the way. Playing each other in Pockets Pro Series. Give our Kiwi boys a shout out. Oh, get near the pocket. Yeah, well played. Close enough you'd feel. This double really needs to go to have any chance, you would suspect. Got it. Now the plant. Can't see enough of the 2, so has to plant the 6 onto the 2 here. But she's just got to go full balls out here. There's no other way to do this. Just full commitment to the shot. Oh, she thought she could see enough of the 2, but she hasn't managed it, so now Celia with 3 balls to win. Camellia and Tatum. Well, that game's actually finished. Ryan, I'm not sure who won. So hopefully somebody's going to tell me who won that game. Maybe Tracy will send me through a message. Get on the black, that's not bad. I'll give you some updates soon, Ryan. I've got the last 16 in front of me. But first... Oh, timid. Quite close to each other. It's not always easy to cue, but that was a pretty timid effort from Celia. And this is huge for Katrina now. Got a chance that she didn't think she'd get. Doesn't really need to worry about the cue ball here, just needs to make the pot, and what a pot it is. Has she got the angle on this to naturally slide past the black for the same pocket? I think at this stage she's just got to concentrate on potting this, which she has done, and she was straighter than I thought. So she's ended up the other side of it, but this is not bad. It's surely top right pocket here. This to stay in the match. Bottom. No, now where's this going to sit? That's pretty good for Celia. She's missed out there, has Katrina. Slightly jabby though on that. She's been jabby a few times in this game. Just needs to hold this and move on. And look out, cue ball. She's okay. Bit of thrill seeking there for a moment, but she advances to the last 8 of the flight, does Celia Bason. 3-0 over Katrina McLean. So I will now give you which updates I can. So at the moment we have, at least that I can see from here, Larissa Devine playing Corrine Simpson, Shannon Ortene against Rita Toamo, Camellia Cook versus Tatum Manning. That game's finished, but as I said, I don't know the result yet. Agnes Kimura against Aileen Barnes, Temple Gailey against Louise Kerr, Claire Shanaher against Suzanne Hart, Liz Hullen against Shirley Boyce, and Gina Grimwood against Jojo Coleman. That game has finished, and Jojo won 5-2. So I'll now try to find out who won that game between Tatum and Camellia.
Liz is leading 3-2.
So Liz is 3-2 ahead of Shirley at the moment. These are all last 16 championship matches, by the way.
Aileen is 3-1 down.
Aileen's 3-1 down against Agnes.
Claire Shanahan 3-0.
And 3-3 between Claire Shanaher and, who did I say? Suzanne Hart. So it's always good to have somebody to volunteer themselves to do score running, because I'm sitting quite a fair way up here and I'm a few rooms away from the action in here. I can't always see. So I'll just messaged Janet to, sorry, not Janet, I've just messaged Tracy to ask her what the score was between Tatum and Mia.
It doesn't matter how hard the job is, we suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
Still waiting for the score in that game between Tatum and Camellia. I have messaged Tracy, but she's a very busy lady, so appreciate that she won't be able to come back to me straight away. There you see the arena view, if you like.
3-2 to Rita.
Rita Tuomo, by the way, is 3-2 up against, I think she's playing Shannon Ortene. Let me confirm that. Yes, 3-2 Rita over Shannon.
3-all, Louise Kerr.
Louise Kerr 3-all
4-2 to Larissa.
against... I've just clicked out of it stupidly. Let me get back in. Larissa, what, 4-2 up, did you say, against Corinne Simpson?
Yeah.
Louise Kerr 3-all against Temple Gailey. Pretty sure Temple Gailey's won this event at least once as well, so she's a former ladies champion. The streaming table is the one to the far right of your screen, and you would have seen that ad that I just played for Suck It Up, and now would actually be a good time to talk about our wonderful sponsors, since we don't have a game on at the moment. These guys and girls and businesses do amazing things, and even more so that they've put their hands up to sponsor this event, because without them this event isn't as good as it could be, with the money and the time that they put in to help this run. We thank you all. I'll just list them out right now. You can see them at the bottom of your screen, but put a voice to it. Fast Auto Glass, Liquorland Wairake Road, Bowie's Plumbing, Yanni Peterbread, Harcourt's Grenadier Beckenham. Now, Beckenham is this rough area that we're in now, the area that includes where the Cashmere Club is. Pete's Painting Services, he sponsors, Peter Wilson, he sponsors 2 of these tables. Christchurch Accountancy, which is Keith Thorpe. On Q, which of course needs no real explanation, but many thank yous to Daryl Chambers and Sue Chambers for the design and the work that they do and what they do for the game. Express Electric, Mag and Turbo, Express Towing, Angus Meats, Suck It Up. They are a major sponsor of this event. You can see the billboards there, but they've got 2 tables sponsored as well. Liquorland Wairake Road, in fact, have 2 tables too. DJ Purdon Builders, so that's Darren Purdon. Anderton Decorating, Asahi Beverages New Zealand, Gaming Machine Distributors for the pokies here, and of course this wonderful venue, the Cashmere Club. So if you are in the area and you want to see some of the very best that New Zealand has to offer in terms of ladies pole, get yourself to the Cashmere Club, 88 Hunter Terrace. And I believe Beckenham, Christchurch. I didn't actually realise you could do that until now, to put the commentator on the screen. I knew you could in some way, but I just noticed it on the Stream Deck here. And whilst I'm talking about the Stream Deck, I need to give a massive thank you to Paul Chivers as well, showing me how to get this up and running. I'm actually the only person here running this at the moment, and Richie's here with me as well, but he's doing a lot of watching and a lot of score updates for me, so thank you very much, Richie Whitty.
Claire's 4-3 up.
Claire currently 4-3 up
Louise 4-3.
in her match,
Louise is 4-3 down.
and Louise 4-3 down. Also, I need to give a big shout out to the players heading off to Australia to play in the Pockets Pro Series, which is this weekend. Ryan King and Des Wilcox playing each other in round one, as well as Adam Lilly, Simon Singleton, from the top of my head. At the moment, Ryan King's actually watching this from 40,000 feet in the air, so he says. So it's awesome that you actually have the opportunity to watch the stream wherever you are if you have internet, and if you can't be at the venue you can still watch it live. It is the power of having the service available. The North versus South game was held on Wednesday night. Some of you may have watched the delayed coverage of that. I say delayed because we recorded it, but we couldn't show it live at the time. We had no internet. The South managed to pull off a very tight 73-71 win in that event. But it was an amazing night of pool. It was so much fun to watch. But that was the result of that, if anybody didn't know. Also watching Matt walking towards the centre of the screen there, and then also Ronnie Simons. Would be remiss to not thank the referees for the time and the service that they put in. They do so voluntarily. Today, of course, a public holiday. So happy Matariki for those of you who celebrate it in whatever way. So people who get the Friday off, and many, which would be quite a few of you. Also for people who are working today, like my wife, for example, she's working today. We salute you for helping keep things running whilst others get the day off. See, the room will start to fill up as the day goes on. There's that central area is very good for viewing. Obviously, if this hall were bigger, then you'd get more people in, but when the room fills up with spectators, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, you don't get a hell of a lot of people count-wise, but just the atmosphere in this room when it's fully humming is absolutely electric. And there will be several opportunities for that today. There's a lot of pool still to be played. Next match to go on the streaming table will most likely be a championship last 8 event. Both the flight and the championship event at the last 16 stage right now. Can you find out who won between Tatum and Camellia?
Yeah.
No word yet on the score, or the result, should I say, between Tatum Manning and Camellia Cook, but Richie's going to go down and have a gaze at that for me. And maybe this message that I've just received will tell me. Okay, so now I've just been messaged the result here. 5-2 Tatum Manning. So Camellia Cook out. Tatum Manning through to the quarterfinals. Is Richie just wandering towards the top of your screen there? That's where the control table is, by the way. But I think Tracy's about to give him the bad news that she's already messaged me with the result. Just going to take a quick break, folks, and to be back soon. Okay now. Adam, Louis, cheers bud. I saw that video you sent me as well. Just out of interest, and I'm probably going to get pilloried for this, but have you actually made a 147 on a snooker table? Because if you have, that's amazing. But yeah, hope you guys go big over there in Oz. There's a number of you going across this time around. Up the Kiwi lads, I say. Go and give those Aussies hell. Got more results for you. More games have finished since I was last on. Temple Gailey has beaten Louise Kerr 5 frames to 4. Suzanne Hart has beaten Claire Shanaher 5-4. And Rita Tormo has beaten Shannon Ortenath 5-3. 3 games still being played at the moment. Corrine Simpson and Larissa Devine, that game is 4-all. Agnes Kimura is, I think, 4-2 up over Aileen Barnes, and not 100% sure what the score is between Shirley Boyce and Liz Hullen. That's about 100 more than I've managed, to be fair, Adam, so thank you very much, Simon. Yeah, he just told me. Told me he's got a 141 though, which is all the same, very impressive. But yeah, I'm just looking out over the arena now, and just the games that are being played still are the ones to the right of your screen. From left to right, you've got Larissa Devine versus Corrine Simpson, Aileen Barnes against Agnes Kimura, and just out of shot is Shirley Boyce versus Liz Hullen. So the next game to go on the streaming table when we do resume, this will be last 8 or quarterfinals in the main event, will be Suzanne Hart from Tauranga Citizens Club against Temple Gailey from Swanson RSA. And Temple has won this event before, and overcoming a very tight challenge against Louise Kerr, in fact winning that game by a single frame. And Suzanne Hart victorious by the same score over Claire Shanaher just before, so both of these players having played a lot of pool recently. As we just wait for the conclusion of the last 16 so that we can get into the last 8. So with Jojo having won and Camellia Cook out, but Tatum Manning still being in, and then you've got Temple, Gailey Susie Hart, Rita Tormo, all through to the last five, the last eight, five of the players through to the last eight, along with any three of those players I was just talking about. Who are you picking? Those of you who are in the chat, who are you picking to take it out this year? Nicole Wright also refereeing in this tournament. There you see her in the middle of your screen. So I believe she's been headquartered in the other room, refereeing in the flight, because the flight's being played in the other room here at the club. This room has been almost all for the championship event, but there is a possibility that the flight final will be played on the streaming table as well. But I did actually mention to you what the next game would be on the streaming table, so I hope you're all ready and rearing for that when we get to it. So Agnes has got 4 balls in the black to play for the win against Aileen. Corrine's got... I think she might be on the black actually. Which she does, and she pots it. You would have seen it top right of your screen there on table number 12. So Corrine Simpson is the next to join the quarterfinalists. 5-4 over Larissa Devine. And now we just wait for the conclusion of the match between Agnes Kimura, Aileen Barnes, and also Shirley Boyce and Liz Hullen. And once those games are over, we will have our 8 quarterfinalists and we'll be ready to rock and roll again. I did give you guys a shout out. Were you not listening, Simon? Just to stroke your egos some more, Simon. Yes, Simon and Adam watching this all the way from Australia, by the way. They're sitting in their hotel room with this on the big screen. So thank you both very, very much. But I believe a last 8 game has actually been called, so there is a little bit of sequence skipping here, but Tracy on control, realising that it is important to at least get some games on the stream table, even if she has to jump ahead slightly. Looks like Aileen's just got the black to go to get a frame back here. If she gets this, then 4-3 will be the result. But we will now switch from that to our live streaming table. I'll just clear all these and queue them up so that you all know what's happening. Just give me a moment while I type this all in. Okay. There we go. Just need to change the race and we will be all sweet.
Cody's going to commentate.
I believe I'm going to get a co-commentator as well, which is even more sweet.
Charlie's 4 after being 4 and 0.
Other seat. And you are on. So, welcome Cody Turner to the booth.
Thank you very much, John. It's going to be an absolute pleasure, and looking forward to a real good afternoon of pool.
As am I. You know much about these two players?
No, I know that Suzanne and Temple are both from the North Island. They've both had a pretty comfy run so far, so we'll see what happens. Oh, definitely not too far away there, John.
No, and it's one thing we noticed on Wednesday is just how much that table actually naps into the middle pocket from
Yeah,
there.
it's
You would
quite
have
a bit,
seen
isn't it? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Temple's just cued that in nice and comfy. Thank you, Adam. Cheers for that.
Absolute cad.
Yep.
Temple has won this event multiple times, I believe. She is one of the winningest players in New Zealand of either sex. Actually get a chance to see why now. I've never seen her play really, only in pockets, but it'd be great to see her actually play a full game and then maybe a bit later on just to see what sort of game style she's got here.
Yeah, for sure. I've only just noticed there, John, that she's a left-hander, so these left-handers are very, very strong potters, so I'm just playing a little bit of a tuck-up safety there. A little bit awkward at the moment with the 13 and the 13 there, and the black's a little bit tied up as well, so we'll have to see. But Suzanne's back at the table now.
He's having this one.
Also just receiving word that Liz Hullen has beaten Shirley Boyce to get into the quarterfinal. Nice little pick out there from Suzanne. I'm not sure if she's fantastic on the 7 here, but it's still a chance as long as it goes past the black.
Good afternoon, Si. Nice to have you on here, mate.
Yeah, watch them all the way from Australia.
Yeah, and that's
sitting in
when
their hotel room with this on the big screen.
Yeah, just want to have a quick shout out to the boys over there playing in the pockets this weekend. All the best to you guys, and hopefully go over there and kick some Aussie ass again.
So I just had Daryl message me.
Yeah, try to play a double there and then sort of got a double kiss and got away with it. So the white's pretty comfy here. So Suzanne's going to definitely have her work cut out for this one. Ooh, not too bad there, but Temple's still definitely got her work cut out here for sure. Nice shot there from Temple. Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely going to make it a little bit more awkward now. Yeah, so she's definitely going to have to do some work with this 11.
I think she
She
wanted that to sit there.
Yeah, she's trying to play a sitter, and yeah, it's definitely going to take a little bit to get out of this, because it seems to me that 7 and the white are pretty much touching. So
If they're not though, then there's a one rail escape, and I think Temple's halfway looking between whether these do touch and also what the angle is for that escape. Now because the ball is away from the rail, it does help.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, she might have to go a bit deep into the cushion here, maybe a little bit of right hand side just to swing the white off the rail. Yep. Oh, she missed it by an absolute whisker, but that is a combo, and you'd have to say now, John, it would probably be advantage to Suzanne.
True that. Interesting here to see how on that 6 is. It looks pretty good from here.
Yeah.
So if it's nice and on, then I'd pick her to take the 1 first, and then she's got the choice of the other 3 balls.
Yeah, for sure. I think for me personally, I'd be taking the 1 first or the 6, because yeah, that would definitely be a problem ball in this situation. Just having a look at the chat, guys. Samara Meads, hi Cody. Hey Samara, hope everything is going all well in Palmerston North at the moment. Great to have you on.
There's always a frequent goer on this stream.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Yeah, it was a touch jabby, that.
It was, for sure. If she potted it, it would have been tap, tap, tap pretty much, but Temple back at the table. What's she going to do here, John? Is she going to slice, cut it into the middle?
Thin it in.
Yep.
It's interesting,
That's
but
nice.
she's played it for the control rather than chance.
Yeah.
Because a lot of players would have flipped that in with pace and tried to promote the 12, but she's instead decided to take her medicine.
Ooh,
Wasn't so flash though.
nah, she missed that by a bit of a way, but yeah, just wondering what she's going to do here, John. I'd probably go 5-7-1, but yeah, she's trying to get, but she's trying to get the 1 out of the way as soon as possible. If she misses this, it's going to be frame over, you'd think. It's nicely in, but the white's just drifted away a little bit.
I don't think she'll be too worried about that though.
Yeah.
The fact that she's got down quickly tells me she doesn't worry her.
Yeah, it'll be a natural angle to get on the 5. So, oh nah, she's hit it very thick. And you'd say there, it should be 1-0 to Temple Gailey, all things going well.
Now, I've seen players play these differently. Some of them will just play it slowly and put the black in the middle, and others play it with more confidence for the black bottom right.
Yes, for sure.
Are you just the simple sort of person here? Just put it in the middle?
Yep. I'll just play, just absolute natural ball, just come off the cush, black in the middle. Just try and keep it as simple as possible. Ooh.
She's kind of gone in the
Yeah.
middle of the 2 there. And
I think she
ended up-
might have flicked a little bit aside on that, because the white sort of like sprung quite away from the cushion there, but yeah, it's definitely a tricky black now.
She almost played it as a punch shot, didn't she?
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the other reason why the white spread so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
One good pot though is what I would always say on these occasions.
Here we go. That looks good. What a great shot.
Oh, that was nothing but net. What a great
Lovely pot.
result there for Temple.
So 1-0 to Temple in the best of 9.
And it's great that we are best of 9 this early in the tournament. A number of people were wondering why it wasn't best of 9 earlier in the South Islands. Well, we just simply there were too many players in the event, and
Absolutely.
we couldn't get it raced to 9 at this stage. So it's great to actually see the races being longer because there aren't as many ladies in this as there were players in the South Islands.
Absolutely, for sure.
Does certainly make for better poll, doesn't it?
Absolutely, John. 100% agree with you on that one.
One thing you notice with Temple as well is how how simple she keeps it.
Absolutely.
Doesn't really do a hell of a lot with the cue ball.
Yeah.
Even that break was all
Just very
control.
simple. Yep.
It
Yeah.
just goes to show you that a simple kind of game does work. A very basic style of play does work.
Yep.
So you don't have to be flashy, you don't have to know all the shots, you just have to execute.
Yeah, so it was a dry break there from Temple, and now Suzanne's at the table with the big ones, and they look pretty comfy. There's a little bit of a problem there with the 9 ball, but
Could try and get rid of it now.
Yeah,
Or get it
could
out
do.
now.
yeah, we got the perfect angle there. If you can just play a little stun shot. No, she's not going for it. I
Plant.
think she's going to play for the plant and go up for the 11, I think. Yep. And how's she on the 11? Perfect. Great shot.
That's lovely control, actually. So many people get those wrong. They're
Absolutely.
worried about the pot and then they miss position, or they don't put enough emphasis on the pot and they miss the pot.
Yeah, and definitely as well, John, you'd say obviously with plants, if they're like if the 2 balls are like quite a fair way away, then it makes the plant a lot more difficult. But no, played it lovely, and we'll see what she does here.
Needs to watch the 3 here. Oh, she's got an ugly rub off it.
Yeah, that's not good. Just looking in the comments, guys. Julie Alderson, hi nephew, hi Auntie Jules. Hope everything's going up well. Hopefully you're down here for the Masters this week.
So I've just got a message from Tracy on control as to who's playing whom.
Yep.
Corrine Simpson will be playing Rita Tormo. Tatum's still waiting for the winner of Aileen versus Agnes, which is still going, by the way. Obviously Temple, Gailey, Suzanne Hart playing this match, and Liz Hullen will be playing against Jojo Coleman in the other quarterfinal.
Wow, yeah, some great games to come, John. It's going to be a great afternoon of pool to come.
Oh, I'm buzzing.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
buzzing for this. I know it never sounds like I am, but I can tell you right now that I am.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a very good win for Tatum as well in the last round, beating Camellia 5-2. So yeah, obviously Camelia's been the form player of the week with her and Jojo winning the pairs.
Yeah, and Camellia now out of the tournament with Tatum beating her in the last 16. So that's, you would think that would make it a little bit easier now, especially for players on the other side of the draw. Well, you would think so anyway, but you've got to recognise or realise that Tatum's won this too.
Absolutely.
And she's
very
more
unlucky
than a
there.
handful on her day.
Very unlucky there, John. She was trying to spit it out and got a double kiss and just left the ball there, but she's still at the table, which is the main thing. Probably play the 6 here. Don't know what she's going to do with the white. Yep, just a clip. That's lovely.
Out for the 3 by the look of it.
Yeah, as if you're going to be a tricky little clearance. I don't know at the moment, John, if she's got the angle to pop the 4 and go into the 1.
I think the 10's in the way.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You move the 10 out the way and the shot's on, but I think you're just barreling straight into the 10 if you try that here.
Ooh, she sort of jabbed at that one a little bit.
I've seen a few of those today.
Yeah, we have.
I just wonder whether it could be nerves or whether it's just because it's still relatively early in the day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while to get your true stroke going.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. There's not really a lot that we can do here, John. I mean, she's got a pretty awkward layout. Just wondering what she'll do.
Yeah, I mean, something like that. Just move a few around and try to leave temple as little as possible. I just wonder whether that one might be on from here, Cody.
Yeah.
Or at least she can move it now. She can move it, and if she doesn't pot it, she can manipulate this so that, yeah, just like this.
Yeah, that's a lovely shot. Ooh, stay away. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all.
Yeah, that's smart, because now, even though there's only 2 overs and 5 unders, Suzanne's shot, she doesn't have much she can do here, and odds are she's going to leave temple on something. If she goes off the rail into the 9 here, this being the long rail on the left into the 9, then that will cut down the options, but then it's going to make the 9 more difficult, so she might have to try and play the other side and nestle the white up on the 1 or the 2.
Yeah, she's hit that pretty full, saying that she has left the 2 in the middle, but obviously at the moment as well, John, you've got to think about that 5 ball. That's going to be a bit of a problem ball for later on in the frame.
Yeah. Silla Paul Bennett, thank you for watching. Plays herself, big supporter of the game too.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, John, could she be able to snick that up to the corner potentially?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be playing too.
Yeah.
And I also think the 1 being where it is, if she plays that shot, she's going to get a clip off the 1 and the cue ball should be okay.
Yeah.
There's a few ifs though, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure. See, just hit this nice and low, she's underhit it. But I tell you what though, that's not too bad because she's pushed the 1 next to the 4, so it's still a little bit of an awkward layout here for Temple.
Yeah, true that. But is there a double on? But even if there is a double on, you would think it's going to be difficult to get pos on anything.
Absolutely, yeah. She's played the card.
Oh, that's beautiful. Did she get on the 5?
Oh, God, that was an absolutely great pot.
Damn. Doesn't that just rip your orifice when that happens?
Sure does. It's still on though. I think just chip the 5 along the rail to flick it in.
Could get there, come on!
Oh! Wow, that was a great effort. I'll tell you what, John, I reckon if that 5 just springs like an absolute few mil off that cushion, that would have been one of the shots of the tournament.
Yeah.
Alright, so Suzanne back at the table. A little bit straight on this. I'm just wondering how she's going to get the wide up. Oh, no. She's completely throwing her arm at it.
It's almost that's almost nerves, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, happens. John, for sure.
You're almost giddy because of the fact that you've got an open table and you've only got 3 balls to finish. You kind of go too hard at the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think Temple might start off with the plant onto the 5 and then work her way from there, I think. Yep, that looks nice and comfy. Great shot.
Excellently controlled again, isn't it?
Yeah. That was one thing I was going to say, John. I've noticed, and I don't know if you notice it, but for me personally, I think that the left-handers are just a lot more stronger potters. You know, for me, it's a bit strange, but I've just seen so many great left-handers here so far this tournament. And
you certainly see quite a few of them in the ladies, don't
absolutely,
you?
Yeah.
Temple. Also Agnes Kimura, left-hander.
Yeah, there's a few of them, and they're all just great potters. Oh, Temple.
Why not just put the jinx on it?
Yep. Comment as the commentator's curse. I think it's my first time in the commentary box, and I've already put the commentator's curse on.
Don't worry, there's several more to come.
Here we go. Oh, that needs to bounce.
Get there.
Oh boy, that is a little bit awkward now. And if she cuts it in, the white's naturally going to drift towards the 8, and you're going to be trusting to luck where the black's going to be going.
Double.
Yep,
I like
here
this.
we
It's
go.
a good choice of shot.
Oh,
And that's why she would have been somewhere around there if she'd potted it. Go the lefties. Just as we say that.
Nice one, Brittany.
Kid, thank you very much. Hope life's treating you well, Brittany. See you loving motherhood. Oh, that's a lovely wick off the 9. Mwah.
Now, if you can just cue it in. Oh,
Yeah.
cued it absolutely
Silky.
fantastic. Lovely shot.
That might be Shannon Orton's nickname, but I think Temple's just taken it for the moment.
Yeah, left-handers, mate. That's what they do. That is a lovely finish.
again.
Great finish.
Temple Gailey, where have you been?
Absolutely. You got to give her a
Winning pool tournaments. 2-0 up. Just trying not to listen to the music in the other room as well.
yeah. Got a bloody gym next door, so
Yeah.
it doesn't help. But
Oh, it is what it is.
yeah. So when does the Masters start, John? I think it's this Sunday, right?
It is
Yeah.
Sunday to Friday. I think it's the same time length run as this tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just having a look, guys, where we are in our location. We're just watching as well Aileen, Barnes and Agnes, and I'd love to get a score from someone, but
4-3 or 4-all. I
Yeah,
believe. I
that's
think
very
Agnes
close.
is ahead if it's 4-3.
yeah, got to say a little shout out to Corrine Simpson, 4-1 down in her last match and came through 5-4, so she's also in the quarterfinals.
Your adoptive mother.
Absolutely, mate. That's what I call her.
Then she calls you the son that she didn't want, or she
Yep,
never
that's me,
thought she
mate.
was going to get.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah.
That's a lovely break.
And have a look at those small ones, John. They look like roses there, don't they?
They do. Yummy
Yeah.
lamb roast.
Righty
Worth it to say that it was actually Suzanne who broke this, so she's going to be kicking herself. The fact she didn't get one off that
Yeah, I
break.
know. They just look absolutely peaches and cream from here.
Ooh.
Yeah. She's landed just a little bit straight, but should be able to just screw the white back.
It's worse if she's slightly off straight
Yeah.
towards the left of the 5,
Yeah.
because the natural screw back will take it into the 9 and the 12.
Yeah, and that's the last thing that you'll need.
If it's straight, then that's fine, because it will give her maybe a shot at the 1.
How many people we got on stream at the moment, John?
82 at the moment.
Well, welcome everyone.
Playing through this now.
Ooh, I wouldn't.
I don't think
Not
she's
too sure
landed
about
on I think it was the 7 she wanted to be on there, and
Not
she's
too
not
sure
on
about
it.
that, John.
But the 2 is a possibility here at least. And if she does manage to make this 2, then she should be sweet on the 1. So there is that. Oh, look at this. Go down.
Oh, that was a great effort. Great effort.
Wouldn't have been on the 1, mind, I don't think. But
Yeah.
even so, she cued that very nicely.
Yeah, I'm just wondering here, John, if she will have the angle to go into the 9 and 12.
I would say yes, but she...
Yep, there we
needed
go.
to put some punch on it, which she did.
Yep. Oh, the
Few
9's
runs-
landed just a little
yeah.
bit awkward, but it's not too bad.
Natural off the 12 here.
Obviously, it's going to be very tricky at the moment with the 15 ball because that's been blocked off to both corner pockets at the bottom. So we'll see what she does here. Okay, she just cued that in nice and comfy.
Two options here, 9 now, which it looks like she's taken. The other one would have been the double on the 13.
No, she's missed
Chunky
it.
salsa.
Chunky salsa.
Your mapping table now, you kind of put the 1 and 2 at even odds, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because the 1, you leave the 2 there in case, but at the same time, if you can land yourself on the 4,
Be perfect. Yeah, just drop it in completely dead weight.
whereas you play the 1 and then spit back out, you may get yourself in trouble if you overrun, but at the same time, you've got 3 balls there, you're bound to land on one of them. The 2's probably the more aggressive option for me.
Absolutely, yep. Yep, dead weight. Nice and comfy. And you'd say here, John, if she pots the 4, it should be 3-0 to Temple.
You would imagine so. Of course, it's got to do it first, but then the way these balls lie, they sort of run into each other.
Yep, that's in. And you'd
Just
say
needs
here
to
that'll be just a
watch.
natural. Well, I'm about to say, John, because I think the natural angle would be going into the 14 more, so I think maybe she puts a little bit of left-hand side and it'll just spread it off the cushion a bit.
Or a bit of punch, maybe.
Yeah, punch it up with
See,
it,
she's
stun it
sort
up.
of queuing down on it. So
Yeah, she's going to stun up. That's lovely. That's
Beautiful.
absolutely perfect. A little bit straight, but
that's
I think she'll
fine.
just screw it straight
Just a
back.
straight screw.
Screw it straight back.
Often you find with those shots as well, you overhit it to make sure you miss the 14 and you end up behind the 11 potentially. So
Yeah.
she's actually controlled that very well.
There we go, that's fine. Great shot.
I would think the 14 being there would help here, because if she catches a fine piece of the 14, she'll be safe.
Yeah.
Just needs to make sure she pots this.
Just make sure you cue it in. There we go, 3-0.
Oh, would you
Whoa!
believe it? She's actually missed the 14 and gone and off.
Oh, sorry, I put the jinx on it again. Oh, I can't believe that.
I would have put money on that, just flicking the 14 and being safe.
I know. I absolutely thought that was going to go straight into the 14 there, John. Wow, can you believe it? Is that going to be the turning point? Is that going to be the turning point in this match?
Well, I think
Wow.
Suzanne needed a break to go away there.
Yeah.
There it
And
is.
it has, so that could potentially be the big turning point that this match needs for Suzanne. So, how'd you guys go in Insta Club on the other week, John, last Tuesday?
We got beaten by the Stickmen.
Oh, Stickmen, yep.
I think it was 32-25 was the
Oh,
score.
very, very close. Yeah.
We were, I think, 18-8 down at one point, but we managed to get some respectability towards the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Bloody Riley pantsed me 5-1.
Yeah,
Jeez, he
it's
played well.
absolute quality player, Riley O'Donnell.
He played so
Quality
well.
player.
Get in 15.
Wow, okay. And you've got to say, having a look at the big ones there, John, they do look pretty yummy. As you
They
would
do,
say,
yes.
As you would say, mate.
Everyone tells me about that.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. We've got to
That and a
remind
few,
you.
that and a few other things too. Richie Matthews, one of my teammates, thank you. One of my Cobra teammates.
Right, Richie. Only just down here having a beer with you before, mate. Gym up.
Out nicely for the 10.
Yep.
Needs to give us a bit more.
Oh, this is going to be. This is not a
end
very
up in-
good angle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So she's ended up in the poo there. She needed to give that some.
Absolutely.
This still cuts in the middle though. I'd be willing to take this on.
Yeah, it'd have to be very, very fine
There's a wee bit of fuggliness in the middle of the table.
for sure. Oh, that's in. What a
Beauty.
great cut. Great shot.
How about it for balls? I love it when players take shots on like that, you know.
Yeah.
I love it when they just lay it down.
Well, it pretty
She's
much
in or
goes.
she's out.
Pretty much goes back to the old saying, John. Fortune favours the brave.
Oh, it does. Even more in this game than most others. So I don't know how many times, for me, I've had the aggressive option or I've had the safety option and I've chosen to go aggressive, and it hasn't worked, but I've managed to get a result somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was talking to Suzanne just before, John, and she actually comes from a bit of a snooker background. She's one of the top lady snooker players going around the country at the moment, Suzanne.
Did she play on the weekend?
Yeah, she did. I think she got knocked out by Denise Wilkinson, who eventually won the tournament. And yeah, she's an absolute cuist, that lady.
Denise, yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Snooker,
Phenomenal.
this game,
Phenomenal
9 ball.
cuist. Nice shot there from Temple.
Speaking of absolute killists, I'm watching one here. But yeah, I mean, Denise Wilkinson is definitely in the conversation for one of the best ladies players in New Zealand.
Absolutely.
In any format.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
format.
Yeah, she's nothing short of phenomenal. I was watching her at the Nationals, and yeah, I mean, obviously on a snooker table, potting them down the rail is very, very difficult, and she was slamming them in like they were over the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, that's a skill in
Yeah.
itself, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because I've played a little bit of snooker, but it's
Yeah.
not my primary game.
yeah, I've played a little bit of snooker in my life too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're the other way around. This is your second game.
Pretty
Snooker's your number one.
pretty much. Yeah, haven't been playing a lot lately, but hopefully I'll get back into it shortly. All right, Suzanne back at the table.
I say the 6 here, unless
Oh, she's
enough of the
she's
one
going
is
to play
on.
off the one.
Oh no, she had a free ball.
That
Sorry.
pocket. Yeah. Ooh. Now this is going to be very interesting how she gets this. I think there's only one pocket available already, and that's the
Top
top
right.
right. So
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Snooker.
for sure,
If the percentages are against you when you're trying to pot like that,
you gotta have a go.
best to just tuck up.
yeah. Oh, straight and off.
Ball. She definitely gave it a good ride though.
Yeah.
Don't know if the 3 passes the 12, but she can take the 12 as a free ball here.
Just having a look at the chat, John. Seela Paul Bennett, Susie has won a national 8-ball title as well. So yeah, that just sums up what she can do.
Both of these players national champions.
Yeah.
Seeing greatness.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go, and that you could not play that any better. You've pretty much landed right in that sort of box where you're pretty much guaranteed to land on a ball no matter what. So
That's an interesting way to save cue ball into the pocket.
yeah, obviously, John, I think I'm talking through more a snooker sort of style at the moment, but
Yeah, I mean that's what you do though, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
the game that you're used to, and
yeah,
try to
absolutely.
fix it for pole, so to speak.
Yeah, it's very hard. I mean, I'm still like, even on my interclub nights, I'm still struggling to find out what a bloody free ball is, but
Well,
Right.
you will learn, and
For sure.
people will tell you.
great plant, Temple. Here we go.
Loves doing a bit of gardening, doesn't she? There's a number of those shots she's played in this game, and played them all very well. It's definitely one shot you wouldn't want to leave her.
Nah,
by
she's
choice.
Very, very dangerous potter. Oh, no,
dear.
she's done run through. Oh dear. And this is what I'm talking about, John. She should have been 3-0 up, and now it's, the momentum's swung on it a little bit.
I'm just wondering if there's a chance to swerve around this. It wouldn't need to be a large
It wouldn't have
swerve,
to be, no.
just subtle.
Yeah, just put a little bit of side on it.
Aim roughly for the right hand side of the black spot there,
Yeah.
and just put a wee bit of swerve on it, just enough to flick the 4 in. I don't think, Temple hasn't even looked at it, she's just going to go rail.
Straight into it. Oh dear.
Whoops.
That's a combo.
That is a major miss.
Wow, so from going in off for black to go 3-0 up. The whole match is sort of turned against her at the moment, you'd have to say.
Oh, and it's just things like that too,
Yeah, and
isn't it?
it's literally all it takes, John, and that's one thing I've noticed since I've started playing this game. You can play as amazing as you can, but all it can take is just one little shot, and that can change the whole complexion of the match around just like that.
And you know as well that you still feel like you're playing really well
I
too.
know,
Nothing's
yeah.
changed in
Just
terms
the run of the balls. And
but just things start to go against you because you think too much about it.
yeah, for sure.
You think too much about it, and then you start getting these negative thoughts in your head, and bad things tend to happen.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Oh, cue ball, look
cue
out.
ball. Oops. That's alright. So Suzanne popped the black for 2-all.
That's a fair point, Snooker, because it's the other way around on a 9-ball table.
Yeah.
The purple's the 4.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
This for 2 each.
Nice pot. Lovely pot.
Nothing but, so 2 frames
all.
apiece. Could well have been 4-0 to Temple there, but
Yeah, the way the match has gone, she should be 4-0
Yes,
up, but
indeed,
instead
just
it's
as we were
2-all.
saying.
So that's all it takes sometimes, is just a little slip up here and there.
yeah, I know Aramis it's been that way for those Aramis balls for about 20 years now, where the purple ball is the 5 and the pinkish coloured ball is the 4,
Yeah.
or pink close in colour to orange, which confuses the hell out of a lot of people. I think a lot of people expect the 4 to be purple because it's purple on these tables,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you just look at the number, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so from 2-0 up, Temple, 2 each now, so who's this Adds Lily 147 guy, John?
I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't
he claimed
I don't
to
think I've
make a
ever met him before.
147 break, so
Yeah, I'm not too sure about
I'm a
that.
little bit suspect on that. Just very few people have managed it.
Yeah.
Whoever he is, he's did right there though.
Yeah. I'd love to meet him one day.
Pretty sure he's played a bit of 9-ball himself, so
Yeah, I think so.
I hear there's a tournament going on Australia playing reds and yellows on
Yeah.
different tables.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. One for one.
But just a quick intermission here. The game's still going on between Aileen and Agnes, so
Yeah, so
it
we're just
must be
having a-
4-all.
Yeah, we're just having a look down from our room that we're in the commentary box, guys, and I think some of the quarterfinal matches have just started. Jojo Coleman versus Liz Hullen, Corrine Simpson versus, I forgot her name, John.
Rita Tuomo. All of the other games have started. The
Yeah.
other 3 quarters are playing at the moment. Trying to get somebody's attention.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to get a few scores. Here we go, break. Anything down?
Try again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen a single ball off the break in this game. It's not like they've been soft breaking and not getting a split. They've all split really well.
Yeah, I know. I
Just
mean,
no
like, yeah,
luck.
they were hit at like a pretty medium sort of a pace, and they just haven't gone. So here we go, Temple. Yep, that's a nice and comfy. So yeah, small ones here. I think if she gets on the 3 ball, I think that'll be the key ball to get on as soon as possible, or even leave it till last because it'll be the easiest ball to get to the black.
Yes, it is. The diamonds are the bolts on the rails there.
Yeah, we've just had a few claps go off in the audience. We'd just like to know who won between Aileen and Agnes.
Yeah, no, that's...
I
Yeah,
think it
those
was
two players are they're both absolute bulldogs as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Agnes is a multiple New Zealand women's snooker champion, and I think looking at the list the other day, John, I think Aileen's won more Open and national titles than any other lady in the country, I think.
Or male player.
Yeah, she's won, was it
24 to
24,
her name.
yeah.
The next
Pretty
best is, I
phenomenal.
believe, Phil Wilkinson with, I think, 19.
Yeah, phenomenal. Nice shot, Temple. Very nice, and I think
Temple's got, is it 5?
yeah, she's won a few.
Where she's just shadow cued is the line that she wants for the 3. So about where that chalk mark is that she made. If her cue ball's on that same sort of line, I think she's
Ooh.
come up short.
Yeah, I think she's
About a
nearly
ball
snookered
with-
herself here.
About a ball with further, that would have been perfect. WPBA of it. Oh, so you're the one with Alison Fisher in it. Is that the one you're talking
I
about?
think so, yeah. This is going to be very close here. No, she's got through.
Oh,
And I
what a
tell
result.
you what, you can't argue with that for a result, John.
Any separation here?
I tell you what, if that's a touching ball, that is definitely a very good rub to have in your armoury.
What do you do though if it is a touching
I
ball?
know,
You
what
can
can
play a push shot, but you
Yeah, but
You
how do you
can't
get
pay
it away?
anything.
Exactly. Yep. It was a free ball, so what are you going to do here, Temple? Play
Yeah,
the
you
12 onto the 3, potentially come off the
Yeah,
cushion
that's
for the
what-
black in the middle.
that's what I'd be doing. If
Yeah,
the
for
black
sure.
doesn't go bottom left, so you'd have to give it a bit extra and just perhaps top it. Or even she's looking to put the black into the
Yep,
3.
black
yeah.
onto it, yeah.
Just make sure you don't get snookered.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's ended up
Oh, wait.
fine. Rather it go down, of course, but
Yeah,
good second prize.
for sure.
Thank you, snooker. I know some people. You watch some events for any game, not just pole, and it's clear that some people just shouldn't be anywhere near a commentary booth.
Thanks,
I'm
Sean.
not- I wasn't even looking at you, but some people are just hopeless.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I'm not going to name anyone. I
Fair
don't
enough.
really have anybody in mind, to be fair, but I
No.
do know that having watched and listened to a lot of events, pole and not pole, that some people are just terrible behind a microphone.
Yep. And we are just been joined by Welsh Wizardry, Richie Whitty.
And just
He's just
he's
he's giving some score updates.
Jojo's one of that.
Jojo is currently 1-0 up.
Korean one of the down.
Karina's 1-0 down, and that is a lovely slot by Suzanne there. Wow, great pop.
Agnes is through to the quarters.
Agnes has beaten Aileen Barnes 5-4. So, quarter. That's
There's a reason
quarter.
why you were
It's going to be quarterfinals time for Aggie.
There's a reason why you were waiting so long for that game to finish,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
amongst other reasons.
yeah. I think we all know, John.
Downsy.
There's something about games when they get that close. Oh dear. We're just giving her a rap for queuing well, and then she goes and does that. So, will be a free ball. Now, this is interesting because she can't see the black.
Yeah.
She can't see the 3, she can't see the black, so she doesn't have the option of just putting the black into the 3. Now, she's asked Suzanne to play
Yeah,
this
well, it's
again.
you'd probably say it's the right choice, John.
She's going to have a hoy at this, you watch.
Yeah. Oh, she's got
she's
it out.
extracted it.
What a shot!
She's extracted it and it's
and she's
not
got away
on.
with it. Wow.
And I don't think it's a free ball either.
Wow. That's a phenomenal shot.
Are you talking about mine, or are you talking about Jerry Jones? Because he is one dude who definitely should be on the mic. He's brilliant.
Oh, here we go from Temple. And yeah, she's pushed her 3 saves, so
Yuck.
you'd probably have to say that Suzanne's got the advantage. So it's definitely been a very topsy-turvy match so far, John.
It's turned that way, hasn't
Absolutely.
it? It wasn't to start with, and now it is.
And it pretty much all came from Temple going and off at 2-0 up and off the black. So I tell you what, though, here, John, she's left the double.
Yeah, but she's going to have to give it some if she doubles it. She's going to have to follow the 3 with the cue ball, because otherwise that 10 and the 11 are prime balls to snooker behind.
Yeah.
Oh, will you now, Sheldon? You're playing in the Masters, I noticed. Well, that'll be funny, actually. I'm looking forward to that.
So many people have asked me, I'm not old enough.
Not yet, anyway.
Yes,
Not yet anyway, Rich.
couple of years.
So, I think she's definitely looking to go for this. I don't think she's really got a choice.
You haven't got any other choice. You've got to go for it.
Just got
It's
to
just how you're going to get the
belt it,
wide
though.
out. How you going to get the wide out for the black? No, she's played the thin cut just to tuck her ball up. Yeah, interesting.
Shot.
Great shot.
Like it. I do like it. She can play the 10 here into the pocket where the black is to try and split the 11 and the 3, but that's quite a ballsy shot.
Yeah, it's a very ballsy shot, alright. So I sort of wonder what Suzanne's going to do here. Yeah, just going to...
I'd say this is a better angle for that shot. So she's got a better angle now. It's not so much of a cut as it was before, so
Yeah, for sure.
she should run normally into the 11 here. The plant 11 to the 3 is not on, so she doesn't have to worry about that. How's it?
How are we going?
Off
Oh,
black, but no pos on the 11.
very unlucky. Great shot.
Try and tuck up behind the 3 here, Cody.
Yep.
Off the rail behind the 3.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that would have been a bit. Yeah.
Well done.
Ended
Well
up
played.
playing it really well, apart from nearly missing the white ball completely.
It's such a touchy shot, isn't it? Everything's so close.
Yeah.
You're always like, oh, good luck, man, if you leave someone one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not really much you can do here, Temple. Just, I don't know, John, would you just push the 3 more to the middle and just push the white across to the cushion? Yeah, I
Clip
think
it
that's...
fine, leave it on the left rail.
There's not much else you
Say
can
good
do
luck.
here. Yeah. Oh, she's played it away. She's gone for the top rail. Ooh,
That's
okay.
not bad,
That's
though.
not bad.
Because it's not a free ball, and if she plays the 11, then she risks getting stuck behind the 3, or the 3 makes position tougher.
Yeah. Yeah, so it might be a bit of a queuing shot here, Suzanne. No.
Well, she had to
I
kill
tell
it.
you what, she's left it a little bit
Yeah.
awkward, the bridging now.
I don't think Temple's going to be worried about that.
Nah, it's just the natural.
It's only a partial obstruction with the bridge.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all. No.
Played it pocket.
No.
Played it at a good weight though.
Yeah. So what would you do here, John? I mean, for me personally, I might even just try and clip the 14 across and just sit it on the 8, maybe.
Jojo Tuna.
I like that. I
Jojo
think
Coleman's currently 2-0 up on Liz Hullen.
I actually think that's a good shot.
Yeah.
Cody. She's not going for it though.
No. She's playing the double.
Wide.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, and that's going to be 3-2 to Temple.
Wants to be careful that she gets away from
just
there.
make
That's why
sure.
she's cutting it in rather than playing it straight.
Yeah, for
Cheat
sure.
the pocket.
Yeah, you have to.
So many players I see, especially when they're starting, they'll play that straight and get snookered.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. So she has stopped the rot, Temple.
Yeah, just for you younger players out there or starters, if you've got a shot like that where the ball's right near the pocket, and if you play it straight you get snookered, but you can play to hit the edge of the ball instead.
Yeah.
You'll still pot it, and you change the angle so it runs away from you getting snookered, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely wouldn't mind having a $40 an hour coaching session off you, Johnny.
I suspect you're a better player than me, Cody, but I just know this game better than you do.
Yeah.
But you're a better curist than I am.
Nah, good times.
Yeah. He'd be a really good on the alternative commentary, I reckon, if we managed to get that up and running.
Here we go, and Temple is dry again. Wow, she's absolutely crunched the break there, John. Absolutely crunched, and it just landed on nothing.
Definitely one of those temples above water.
Yeah.
Don't think she's made a single ball off the break in this game. I don't think in the 5 we've actually had a ball off the break. Yeah, exactly what I was saying, snooker, but just perhaps putting it in fewer words.
Alright, Suzanne. Ooh, I tell you what, for me personally, John, I think there was too much of an angle on that to slam that in at that pace.
Yeah, on these tables, those are very difficult.
Very, very tricky.
You're better to just play it pocket weight if you can, but obviously pocket weight you would have been in trouble with position.
Absolutely.
I believe a better shot there would have been to play something else.
Yeah.
Something that was maybe harder, but with a better chance of getting position. See, Temple knew that she was likely to go and off there, so that's why she's played it as a stun or a little bit of bottom on the cue ball. 5 cuts here.
Yeah. Oh, it's another great pot from Temple there.
Such a good cutter of the ball, isn't she? So Shaden McKenzie's just entered the room as well, as has Sam Hopkinson.
Yep. The Milky Bar kids in the room.
Slamming Sammy.
Rightio. She just definitely hasn't played that too well.
Punts have been good in this game. Wouldn't be surprised if she tries it again. Must be on. She's actually playing for the 3.
Yeah, she's come up quite nicely though. It'll just be a little bit awkward here because when she pots the 4, she hasn't really got a clear path for the 1. If she just runs past it, maybe.
If she's got the room, yes. If the balls are far enough apart and the cue ball just misses the 1, maybe.
Yeah.
Alternatively, she could call chance in here and play a screw into the 1 and hope that she still gets position on it.
Yeah. Yes, stun cannon. Oh no.
Yeah, she was kind of in between. Instead of going through it fully, she kind of stunned it. It's a stun and run type of. I see you guys are having your own little game there.
Yeah, pretty much. Shaden's fault.
It always is, isn't it?
Yep. Yep, safety. Ooh. Pretty much an open table here for Suzanne.
I think somewhere near that cushion would have been perfect for a safety.
Yeah, you'd probably say
only 1 ball really, but she's got the 9 now.
Yeah, the 10's the only awkward ball. It's covered up from the black, so.
Get away from there.
Oh dear.
Humph. Might still go past the 12 though.
You can't hang around these guys, mate. They're bloody troublemakers.
Absolute wounders.
All right. Think we can get back to our own pace now, John.
Yeah.
Rightio. Okay, Suzanne. You'd probably say here if she just stuns the 13 in. Yep. Maybe if you leave an angle. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, she's actually not
That's
bad
even
here, John.
better.
If she leaves an angle here, she could be able to potentially pop the 10 out. So,
Yeah, just a wee run here.
for sure.
Just to go past.
No, she's just played it straight at.
That's okay though.
That's not too bad. She's
Down the
on the
rail
10
now.
down the rail, yep.
It's probably not what she was after, but I think that this is more of a bonus than anything.
Corinne went on.
1 all between
Oh,
Corinne and Reed.
not hard
that's-
enough. Should have had a bit more wheat bits this morning.
Yeah, something at least, because
Yeah.
that was incredibly timid.
Yeah, it was. But
Two's not
yeah, it's a
on,
little
so-
bit more awkward here, John. So you say that Temple's got to run the white quite a fair way around the table here to drop onto that 2 ball.
Well, this is an easier shot to power for the angle.
Oh no.
I think she moved her head as she cued it.
Yeah,
That's why she's ended up missing like
yeah,
that.
she had that pretty firm. Currently, me and John at the moment got the absolute legend of Wales here, Richie Woody, giving us all the live updates as we go. Thanks, Richie.
Yeah, good Cody.
All good.
You almost be tempted to take the 10 first here, but if you're wanting to stay on the same side of the
Oh,
that
she's
next
cued
wing-
it lovely. Stop white. Oh, you are kidding me.
Really?
Of all the places to land on the table. Wow, that's so unlucky, Suzanne. So unlucky.
Well,
Wow.
that was probably the biggest reason for playing that shot, actually. Even though she's ended up on top of the ball,
He just had a bit of a slash at it in the end, but
she ended up on top of the ball, but look at all the room she had for position.
oh no.
Natural room for position.
Yeah, I could sort of tell. I thought like the way these tables have been playing, it might have come up a bit short, but it just kept running and running. So obviously that's what happens when you got brand new cloths on the table.
Just makes them so much better to play on, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Get there. She's tried to
Oh.
cover the black.
And I tell you what, right now, John, I think this is the most important frame of the match. You either go 4-2 up or you go 3-all.
Yeah, and this is the shot.
This is going to be the shot.
Watch the in off here.
No, she's not hit it very well at all. Yeah, but she's left it a bit thin though.
Yeah, she was mindful of the in off, which I think contributed to that.
How many kangaroos are they playing for?
I'm not sure what the prize money is. Europe.
Yeah, Temple's gone dead weight. Yes, and she's cued it. Ooh, lovely pot, but just landed very, very straight on the 2-ball. So she's going to have to do a bit of work to get out for the black here.
This is where a bit of side would help, eh?
Yes, for sure. So from this angle where she is, you'd have to play top right probably.
Top right and use the
Use the 2 rails to.
yeah.
But no, she thinks she's going to screw back and just play for the double.
Whatever works. If you're a
Absolutely.
really good doubler, why not?
For sure.
It's a fairly natural shot too, isn't it? How is
No,
it?
that's not
wide.
That's wide. So you'd say Suzanne's definitely got the advantage here, but just a little bit awkward where the 10 is.
This is where you'd want to be playing this towards the top corner, so
Yeah.
top left, and play it at a good sort of pace so it gets there. She's been a little bit timid with these shots recently. This
Yeah.
one she'll need to make sure it gets there.
Yeah, you've got to really, really cue this.
It looks like she's going to cross double it though.
No, and that's not in. And Oh,
what an
wow,
ugly leave.
that's a leave and a half, that is.
That's filthy. Even being a good player of plants, you still wouldn't want this.
Absolutely not. I mean, have a look at the amount of distance in between the two balls.
And they're not directly lined up for
I
a
know,
plant
that
either.
is, yeah. That is pretty...
I keep forgetting that you can change cameras as well.
Oh,
look at that!
She's cued it. Amazing.
Come and
Great.
do my garden, Temple.
Lovely shot. Great shot. So now, so it's been a bit of a pattern with this match from 2-0 to 2-all to 4-2. So hopefully Suzanne can keep that run on. We might be going to a decider, John.
It's true that, but again, Temple's gotten herself onto the hill, so
Yeah.
she's found a little bit here.
Yes, Suzanne will be under the, Suzanne's going to be under the pressure here, so we'll see how everything goes. And I think if she starts off by getting a little ball off the break and hopefully get a bit of a momentum, getting a little bit of momentum going into it.
Well, that's what both of these players have failed to do. is
Yeah,
ball off the
exactly.
break. This would be a great time for that.
Yeah. It's been really hard this week. I've noticed that there's been quite a lot of flat racks as well. Like the balls haven't really been spreading, but sometimes they have been and sometimes they haven't. So
Would that be a call for the shark rack, perhaps?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get my ass roasted for that, but
yeah, to be honest, Sean, I don't really want to be talking about shark racks after the South Island semi-finals.
oh yeah. Sorry, is it still too soon?
Nah, sorry, nah, I'm only joking, mate.
Well, it wasn't you either, was
Nah,
it?
exactly.
This time.
Here we
This
go.
time,
Can she get a
perhaps.
ball down? Ball down, the one's in.
Yes.
Okay, but I mean, the white ball couldn't have landed in a worse possible spot.
Well, at least she's got a ball that she can play. So she's not completely out of it. She's still got the 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, this is going to be awkward to cue, but there is, like, there's one option. You have to concentrate on that and nothing else. And she's done well
She's
there.
potted it. I'm just wondering here, John, if she just skims off the edge of the 14 because she planted in. Could it be a plant? I don't think so. It'd be a,
I think it is a plant. you know,
yeah,
but
I
she's
think so.
got to gauge.
You got to gauge
the
that
angle.
right. There we
Well
go.
done.
Perfect. But yeah, once again, the white ball's just landed just a little bit awkward. 3-0 to Jojo against Liz Helen. Absolutely on fire at the moment, Jojo. She's really had a great purple patch of form the last few weeks.
And playing against Gina in the previous round and beating Gina 5-2, that would have been a
Great confidence booster.
Oh, definitely, because Gina, the current ladies South Island champion and terrific player in her own right. Was that a fair shot? Because if it is, it's brilliant. It's just the way I saw the black move there, but I think I was seeing things. It's a brilliant shot.
Yeah, it's a terrific shot. And now pretty much the rack's opened right up, so
I think she's just throwing caution to the wind here.
yeah, I think so.
Knows that it's just like the song says, it's now or never.
Absolutely. You got to go for it. I think sometimes that's the right mentality to have, John, when you're down in a match and you know, and you haven't really got much in reserve. It's best to just have a go and just see what happens. And all right, little stun shot here. Oh no! And she's sort of like decelerated that a little bit, John, I think, because she hasn't really got on the 12 ball that well either.
Well, no, and she would have had the in-off in the back of her head as well. That's why she kind of played for a stun
Yeah,
rather than
for
running
sure.
it through normally. So a little bit awkward here for Temple, but
If she can pot this, then yep, dead weight. How are we looking?
no.
Not too bad. Not too
If the
bad.
11's on,
If
you
the
have to
11's on.
revise that, but
Yeah.
if it's not, then definitely awkward from here. There's maybe a chance that the 11 skims past the 4 and off the inside of the jaw,
Yeah.
but that's obviously a shot for the future, which
Yeah.
I was about to say isn't coming, but she's managed to flick that one in.
Yeah, but once again, John, she's landed quite awkward on this. You know, it's going to be high bridging, and obviously to get on the 11 ball, from this position is going to be a very good shot. Yeah, she's had a bit of a whack at it, and she's given a combo away. Can you believe it?
Youch.
Can you believe it?
Could be the very last act of this game, actually.
I think so. Just
Now,
wondering here.
The 7 and the 8,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I was just about to say that, John. Those are the two awkward balls currently.
Would you consider taking the 12 here and playing through to run into the 7 to try to promote it?
Exactly.
That's one option I've got here.
Ooh,
Even if you play the 2 as well,
Even
on
if you
soft
played the
angle
2
and
and
just power through it
straight
into
through,
the 8,
yeah,
move the 8 away, make the 7 on. And here's your third option here. The 6 also,
pot the 6
with the angle, goes into either the 8 or the 7 to free them.
Yeah, and obviously you just want to hit them right, John, because you want to be able to guarantee yourself another ball straight after the cannon. So here we go. Yep, she's going to give this a good punch here, John, I think. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, she's got it out, and yet she's guaranteed herself a shot, so that's fine. The 7 ball's a tad awkward, but apart from that, everything looks pretty good.
I think you've got to pivot here and just play the 4 or the 5.
Yeah.
Would have been nice if she'd been on the 7, but it's still there for later.
Yeah, here we go. Yep, nice and thin.
Past. That's probably a bit short.
Yeah, I mean, if it ran at like half a ball more, you probably would have had the angle to push the 7 out. But we'll see what happens here.
I reckon this is going top right, Cody. 2 to the top right, but she's switched to what looks like 4 here.
Well, it's going to be a natural angle to get near the 7, so she just needs to cue it. No, she's... Ooh.
Oh, she's put it back in jail, has she?
Yep.
Or is it still on for it? It looks like it's still on for a double.
Yeah.
You'd almost want to run past this so that the cue ball is past the middle pocket here. So, i.e. towards the bulk end of the table.
Right.
To make the double easier. Unless it's so that it's just straight. It could be just a straight double from here.
This is a very awkward layout. Here we go. It's in.
Got it.
Great shot. Great
Control is so good when she's needed it.
Yeah.
Just one more now to move to the semis.
Let's go, Temple. That's in. Congratulations, Temple. 5-2 winner over Suzanne Hart, and she is through to the semi-finals of the New Zealand Ladies 8-Ball Championships.
Yeah, and that's what set her apart, I think, from Suzanne. Is just the control that she had of the shots that she played.
Yeah, and
was
she was
better.
Yeah, I think she would have had a higher pot success rate as well. I think Suzanne definitely missed a few in that game, where Temple didn't miss as many, but it was still a very good match to watch. And I think the way Temple's going, it's going to take someone to definitely beat her.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And just, again, it's the simple style of game that she plays. It just works so well there because
great potter.
She was better in control of what she was doing. She wasn't kind of having a flash at things.
Yeah, exactly.
We were saying before about how, especially in that last frame when Suzanne was having a go for her shots, how it was working at the time, but overall I think
just didn't really
playing closer to you, so to speak,
for sure,
was the order of the day.
Yeah. So we'll be back shortly. Semi-finals shouldn't be too far away, John, you'd say?
Well, we've still got 3 games being played in the semis at the moment.
Yeah.
Corrine Simpson against Rita Tormo, but that's 1-1
currently.
Jojo Coleman, I think she's 3-0 up against Liz Hullen.
Yeah.
And not too sure what the score in the other game is. That's first frame, between Tatum Manning and Agnes Kimura.
Just having one of my close mates from back home in Potiroo just put a comment up. Mike Smith, hope you're doing well, Smithy.
Is that in Sweden by any chance?
Yeah, I think so.
So you're trying to keep on top of everything, Cody.
Absolutely, John.
But yeah, just while we're on everything else that's happening, we'll have a wee look around. You can see two of the games that are being played at the moment.
Yeah,
You see
I've
them
just
top of
seen
your
an
screen.
absolutely brutal one there. Tatum Manning was on a break and clear. She snookered herself on the black, hit the black, went off 2 cushions and potted the white. So that's pretty unlucky.
1-0 Agnes.
Yeah, so we're just watching Corrine's game here through, and yeah, she's potting really nice. I've known Corrine for quite a while. I've known her since I was about 14 years old, so it's a
Few years, 4 years.
yeah, 7 years, roughly. But yeah, she's been having a real good run of late as well. So
She was 4-1 down against Larissa.
yeah, 4-1 down against Larissa Devine in the last round, and came back and won 5-4 and potted the most amazing black I've ever seen to win a match, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the stories, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Or it
for
will
sure.
be, especially if Corrine makes it to the final, then you'll definitely hear about that.
Yeah, just looking at the camera view, we've got Carleen Taylor and Tom Cook down from Tauranga to play in the Masters this week. All the best guys.
Yeah. Played with Tommy in the pairs of the South Islands. And
Yeah, got to the final. Yeah, great effort, mate. Yeah. Obviously, you guys just ran into Adam Lilly and Britt DeFaria,
Yeah.
who are just absolutely on fire. I mean, we played them in the semi-finals, and yeah, we couldn't stop. It was pretty much just like a train against the little seagull, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to get run over.
Seagull without wings.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't help ourselves, to be fair, but they were just playing too well.
Yeah,
No regrets, though. That was a wonderful week of pole.
that sure was.
Just going to go off and get a drink, Cody. So,
Yeah, I'm going to shoot off, John, and hopefully I'll see you back here for the semi-finals, hopefully.
Yeah, so we'll just take a quick break.
Yeah. Alright, everyone, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will see you back here very shortly.
It doesn't matter how hard the job is, we suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
Okay, so no streaming action. Oh, actually, we do have a game on the stream. Apologise for that. I'll just flick over to that right now. So we might as well while we get a chance to, because soon the stream will get cut, and then because of the 5-hour time limit, we will then restart the stream in preparation for the main event semi-finals. This is a flight match. Just wanting to find out what the scores are. I know who's playing. Patrice McGrath against Galen Bulmore All. So I will attempt to get the scores as well, whilst we're waiting for a main event match. Who's in the semis of the main? Well, Temple Gailey, the first semi-finalist. The other 3 games are still being played. Actually, that's not true. I think Jojo Coleman's your second semi-finalist. So Jojo Coleman's through, Temple Gailey's through. The 2 quarters being played at the moment are Corrine Simpson versus Rita Tuomo, and Tatum Manning against Agnes Kimura. I don't have scores as of yet for those games. I will attempt to get the score of this game as well as the scores of the 2 quarters being played. So just give me a moment, folks. I'll be straight back. Right, so we've got all the scores updated now, as well as the change to the spelling. So I have also got the scores for all the games underway at the moment. The other flight semi-final being played is Lizzie Moses against Celia Bason. Celia currently 2-0 ahead. Corinne Simpson is 3-2 up over Rita Tormo. Agnes Kimura is 2-1 up over Tatum Manning. And the next game to be played on the live stream will be the winner of the game between Corinne and Rita against the winner of Agnes and Tatum. So that's your next live streamed match. Quite a few of you would have rather to see Jojo Coleman against Temple Gailey. Well, Temple's just come off the live stream. That's the reason why they're going to give somebody else a go on the streaming table, which is fair enough. I'm pretty sure other people will be wanting to stream Jojo's game against Temple when it does get played. So if you are friends with anybody on Facebook who is at the venue, then I suggest you message them, or you go onto the Facebook page and see if there's a stream going on Facebook. No doubt somebody will be having that game on their phone. So 2 of the quarters done and dusted for the main event. Jojo ended up with a 5-0 win against Liz Hullen, and Temple, as you saw on the stream, 5-2 over Suzanne Hart, and those two will be playing each other in the semi. This is the flight semi-final that you're watching now. That's a wonderful slot by Gayleen. Nicely onto the black as well. Needs to stroke this the same way she hit that previous ball. About to have a different co-pilot for the foreseeable. I know she'll have a fair idea of the actual way that the game is played here, having played in it herself. Welcome to the microphone, welcome to the booth, Victoria Heavey.
Hi everybody, hi all the viewers. I just lost to Gayleen the game before this one. She's playing well, so hopefully she goes on to do pretty good in this game. Just with my teammates as well.
So you're not biased at all?
Never, but go Gayleen.
Low key?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, you're from the same club as her as well, so I
Yeah.
suppose that plays into it.
Yeah, quite a lot of us came down. Actually.
Yeah, I was saying on Wednesday about how many of the Glen Eden ladies came down for this.
Yeah, so there's 11 of us staying in the house, and I think there's one other as well, so we had 6 pairs and 12 singles, so
Okay.
pretty good turnout actually. It's good that everyone kind of chipped in and came down.
You found a house big enough to house 12.
Yeah, it's actually a massive house. There's like 4 or 5 bathrooms and
I mean,
yeah.
it's always so much better when you can find a place that's big enough to house a lot of people, because if you get those people come, then your accommodation costs are fairly small.
Yeah, and we did quite a lot of fundraising, which always helps because it is an expensive week, especially if you drink and have a flutter here and there. So it's quite good to.
Yeah, because I'm having a drink at the moment, but I don't gamble, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's probably a good idea to be honest.
Yeah, you're more likely to lose than you are to win, but I know some people love it,
Yeah,
so I'm not going to tell them not to.
Yeah, I was talking to Jojo earlier, and I think she needs to win the tournament to get her money back for the week.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely been in the money as far as this tournament's gone. She's had an amazing ladies tournament thus far.
Yeah, good to see her and Mia first time pairing up as well, so they did pretty well to beat Kim and Denise in the final. It's very good to watch. Good for all the viewers as well.
Yeah, I know that would have been quite a popular win too. Not wanting to take away from Kimberly and Denise, of course, but just how well followed Jojo and Mia are with their pockets pole and so on. Because everybody knows who they are, and a lot of people know who Denise Wilkinson is and Kimberly,
because they've had so much success.
But when you're thinking of ladies pole, Mia and Jojo are two of the first names you think of, aren't they? Oh, is this one of your...
No, have you answered the questions?
How do you answer them? You just...
Well, people... No, like, have you answered them? So Zari asked who's in the semis of the main.
I have answered
You've done that
one.
Okay. Oh, hi, Samara.
Samara Meads?
Yeah.
Saying to the viewers before about what a great job she does
at City
streaming
Club.
at City Club.
Yeah.
So she's kind of become the go-to for games at City Club 2000 in Palmerston North.
Although I think she's stepped down this year. I read
She's
something.
the secretary of the club, isn't
I don't
she?
think she is anymore. I think that happened this year at their AGM. But I'm
Okay.
sure whoever takes over, big shoes to fill, but
Yeah.
the City Club tournaments are awesome. They stepped in and did the ladies North Islands last year. Ooh, big miss from Gayleen. Sits on the top rail.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shock, that, actually, because she'd been queuing so well until then. But it does happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just you switch off just a tiny amount and that's all it takes.
Yeah. And I think coming from like Auckland, we haven't played on cue a lot. Because there's
Play
not...
Pot Blacks.
Yeah, Pot Blacks and a lot of like old colonials and...
Those are good tables, man.
Yeah.
I like the colonials.
Yeah. 'Cause
I know some people here hate them. I love them.
Yeah, I've got one at home. It's
They're silky
beautiful.
to play on.
Yeah.
The ones at the Hornby Club they're kind of like colonial tables, are amazing to play pool on. They run just so nicely.
Yeah, but it is nice to play on different tables and get used to them. They've actually run really well at tournament.
I think these are new tables as well, or they've been recently
They got
reclothed.
yeah. A bit of a safety there.
Well, she tried to get it in front of the 13, or at
yeah.
least to muck it up. But she's just got her angles fluffed.
Move that 10 off the rail. Yeah, set herself up. Leave the white up there as well.
Ideally,
Ooh.
she's kind of moved it from one jail to another, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Good cue ball though. She's left distance for Patrice here. Patrice plays out of this club.
Yeah, I've never met her before. She's a lovely lady.
Oh yeah.
I think she bet a few of our Smurfies from Gleneden on the way to the semi of the flight.
Failed again to get a safety, and that's the second time she's tried to muddle with the 11 and the 13, and the second time she's come up short.
Oh, this could be interesting.
Samara's just asked you a question there, Victoria.
Oh, I wasn't at the delegates meeting, no, but they will be in Tauranga.
Okay.
So yeah, Ladies Nationals Tauranga next year.
That's only, what, a 2-hour drive away, isn't it?
2.5 year.
Oh yeah, West Auckland.
Yeah, West Auckland.
As opposed to somewhere like Papatoetoe, which would be about 2 hours.
Yeah, probably.
Because Auckland's a fairly big place.
Yeah, unfortunately, you got to travel to play though.
Yeah, and I kind of, having lived in Christchurch my whole life, it's pretty easy to get round.
Yep.
From West Christchurch to East Christchurch, you're looking at maybe half an hour or slightly more. At Auckland, if you're going top
To
north
bottom.
to south,
It's
you're
a
looking
long
at
way.
2+ hours. Oh yes, Jodie. Sorry, I'll just get.
Oh,
the
sorry.
full
Yes,
onto that.
Jodie, I was playing next to you. You're potting well. Just got a little bit unlucky there. I think you potted, what, 6 balls and just missed your last one? She played Gayleen before I did, and I was a bit worried, actually. She's playing very good, cueing the ball nice.
Who, Jodie or Gayleen?
Both of them. It was a very fast game. I think it ended up being 3-0 to Gayleen, but didn't reflect the game at all.
Yeah, and Jodie's mother, Frankie, also. I don't think she plays anymore, but I know
Yeah,
she used
played.
to.
Yeah.
She did play. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she qualified, but she was around today as well. But she definitely played.
Okay, I stand corrected,
Yeah.
which is fine. Don't mind being wrong.
Women are always right. Come on.
Oh yeah, go on. Talk that talk.
But yes,
But you're saying to me before about how much you actually like this venue. I mean, I'd like to get your actual take on this whole place. I mean, you have you been here before?
I've not been here for a pool tournament, no. But it's really good. So we get picked up by the van every morning. The van driver, Daryl, is absolutely amazing. He actually has driven me and my sister around to do a little bit of shopping as well, which is really nice. And yeah, the club is awesome. Bar staff, amazing. Janet and Murray have looked after everyone so well. Even when the bar closes, they're a little bit naughty and keep serving us.
You didn't hear that?
No. And on the first few days it was $4 for a can of Coke, so we said something to them, and it's now only $3.
Oh, okay.
So for your non-drinkers, it's...
Used your wiles to get a better deal.
Yeah. Oh, and they've done it for everyone, so they were real adaptable. Food's been great. They've always got cabinet food, and the ladies in the kitchen are lovely.
Yeah, it's definitely on the up and up, this place. So I know that they've been struggling in the last few years for several reasons, but it's good to actually see a bit more application here. Not just for Q Sports, just the club in general.
Ooh,
That's risky.
Oh.
I don't think she really had much she could do.
Yeah,
She's kind of
need
just
to move the
chucked
balls
it
out.
out and said stuff it,
Yeah.
come what may.
I think Gayleen might actually, if that 14-15 plants on, she might play that and then put the 10 up inside the 3. That's a kind of Gayleen style.
I don't know if she'll be able to stick on the 10. Okay, if it cuts like that, then certainly.
Yeah.
No, well called.
Are the main semis on? No, the main semis aren't on. They're still waiting for 2 games. So Rita and Corinne are still playing, and Agnes and Tatum are still playing. I think we'll get one of the semis on the stream game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one.
It'll be... I've actually got it written down. It'll be the winner of Corinne and Rita versus the winner of Agnes and Tatum. So some of you will be asking, why is it not Temple versus Jojo? Well, Temple just played on the streaming table, so they're wanting to rotate it.
Oh, of course.
Otherwise you get what happens with our tournaments, where Simon Singleton plays every 3rd game.
On the TV table.
Which, to be honest, I'm not going to complain
It's
about.
lovely to watch.
But you kind of want to share the love, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it's good they actually put a flight game on here, because even to qualify in tournaments like this, sometimes you see top players in the plates.
Yeah, and then even you get players like, I mean, Crystal Jane she qualified but then got beaten in her first game.
No, I think she lost to Claire 5-4. 5-2.
No, I think she lost her first. I'm probably
She lost a
better
game
off
in
to
section play.
CTU on this.
I think she lost a game in section play. I'm a bogey player. I so wish I was on her side of the draw. And she'll tell you that too. But yeah, she
Adam, you can get stuffed anytime.
Oh, and also shout out to Adam. Thank you for doing a coaching session for our team last night. I think I saw Kat do a few screwbacks in her games today, and she might have nailed them a bit more than she would have last time.
Yeah, it's. I was saying that a couple of times on Wednesday night for any of you who actually did end up watching the North versus South game. Sometimes with the ladies, they don't really learn to control the cue ball and make it move so much. That kind of comes later. Obviously with the younger ladies playing, like yourself and Jojo, Mia, and obviously Denise as well, they learned it when they were younger, so they've come into the game already knowing how to move the white ball around. It's not a skill that a lot of ladies in pool do possess. It just tends to be the top 15-20% of players.
Yeah.
Just wanting to be as fair as possible when I make that point.
Yeah, I think because it's a lot of ladies just play simple pool, they don't move the white ball too much, and a lot of them don't actually know how to execute things like that. So last night our ladies had a little session with Adam, and he kind of showed us but he kind of showed us how to, some of the players, how to screw back and how to play top, and a few basic drills, which is pretty good for a lot of our team, because a few of them it's their first nationals and haven't travelled a lot, so it's nice to see him giving up his time for us.
Yeah, it's actually great and also it's somebody you know as well.
Yeah.
Adam's very well known to a lot of players, and you know that you take his word at face value too. When it comes to us telling you how to play the game, because he's done it before. He's an amazing cueist.
Had some nice success overseas.
Yeah, I just need to learn better how to control screwback myself, because I know how to do it. For
execution.
Me is execution.
Yeah. Because sometimes you play it and it screws back like the length of the table, and other times it just dabs a little bit back. So it's such a hard skill to perfect as well.
Or you move your Q-tip about
A mil up.
you can't see it, but it's about 2 to 5 mil up from where you want to, and you play a stop shot and get very little screw, which is a pain in the bum when you're trying to screw about half a metre.
Oh, a bit fine there. Although she's got the black a bit tied up for Gayleen.
I don't think Gayleen will mind that.
No, she might go 13. Oh, she'll go, 10, 14, and then maybe try for the black in the middle. I don't think she'd do anything crazy, because she's a very steady, very consistent player.
Hello, Mr. Southwest. This is possibly straight enough where she can play.
Come across?
Well, if it's straight enough, she can play through it, but she risks getting stuck on the 6. She might be better off just to play with a touch bottom.
Pocket. Yeah, just put it over the pocket. Ladies pull safety.
Yeah, I mean, just the knowledge that she's going to leave it safe.
Yeah.
And that Patrice isn't going to get much of a shot here unless she manufactures it.
Yeah. I don't think the double's on. I think the 7's in the way for that as well.
Well, double the other way is on.
She might nick off it, leave the white on the bottom rail. I haven't actually seen a lot of Patrice today. Yeah, bottom rail. Oh, came up a bit far. Although
slightly awkward to cue, however. I know the ladies tend to have smaller fingers, so this shot's not as nice for them.
Yeah, especially for Gayla, she's a bit small. Yeah, awkward.
I was just saying how lovely she is, though. She's absolutely lovely lady.
Yeah. I call her my nanny G.
Oh, that's a beautiful touch. Is it one of your teammates nicknamed Silky? Have I got that
Silky.
right?
Yeah, Shannon. I don't actually know where it came from. I think because she plays netball, I think it's a netball thing.
Oh, okay.
And she's just always been called it. But she helps so much with our fundraising because she's in a band.
Okay.
So she's an awesome singer. Oh, for the double.
Wait.
Oh.
No, we were getting excited for nothing. Oh, what kind of music does she play?
Anything you can think of. So it's,
death metal?
Oh, okay, maybe not that far.
No, damn it. Okay.
But like anything from like 1980s to 2000s that you can want on a good night out. Everyone will sing along and get up and dance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah.
I'm just slightly biased.
Yeah, no death metal, unfortunately. Do you think she'll get this in? She does. It's hard black.
Give it some power.
Yeah.
Just off
She's
angle.
playing middle balls. Ooh.
Yeah, this is where learning to use the cue ball helps.
Yeah, but then simple pull, leave yourself a shot if you back your potting.
I kind of, I get that point. I mean, this is difficult, but it's potable.
Yeah.
I just wonder whether having a bit of that coaching you're talking about would help in situations like this.
Mr. Southwest, this is a flight semi-final, race to 3. Oh, she might have got away with that. Oh.
That's not nice. I don't mind these personally, but I know a lot of players shudder when they look at this,
Yeah.
especially because of the game situation.
Although Galen's 2-1 up, so I think she'll have a go at this. I don't think she'll think about a safety. She'll just slot it in there, top left. For the win. Oh,
I was about to
and
say,
it
boom goes the
bubbled.
dynamite.
Oh. Although she might have got away with it. It's not a bad miss.
Half ball cut. I mean, again, that's just my personal preference. I love these, but
Yeah, me too. Anything you can cut.
again, you look at them as some players and you think, oh, it looks horrible.
Yeah.
You just got to back yourself
Well, I
on
think
these.
Patrice will be used to the tables as well, so she'll know how to play it and what weight and. Oh shit, that looks like she's lining that up all right.
Well, she just shifted.
Oh!
Dang it.
And that's 3-1 to Galen in the semi-final, so she progresses to the final of the flight.
Just off camera, players having a hug. That's one other thing I love about the ladies playing pool. There's a lot of genuine love
They're all
in the
so
room.
friendly. Oh yeah, and that's what. That's all the clapping. I don't think you guys can hear it, but there's a lot of Glenedenness here, and they're all clapping for Galen.
Did you call that before it happened, Adam, or are you just commenting on what did happen?
I feel like he must have called it before.
Yeah, I mean, he's
We're just a bit
wouldn't
delayed.
put it wrong for him to pick that. It's Kerry Harper, one of her Patrice's teammates down here.
I don't think she played.
No, she didn't.
No, haven't heard that name this tournament. Sorry, I jinxed it. Oh, he must have called it beforehand.
You must have called it, okay.
Yeah. Because that JoJo versus... Yeah, it is. JoJo and Temple's
Yes,
going to be
it
a good
is. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is
Oh,
that...
hi, Julie.
What I'm hoping is that somebody will stream that game on their phone, just because it won't be streamed on the live stream here.
I know Temple's got her phone and a tripod, so hopefully she brings it up.
Well, that would be mean if so.
Yeah.
Because anybody who's friends with Temple Gailey on Facebook can have a look at that and watch her game live.
She'll probably put it in the Swanson page, because I know she's playing for Swanson, so if you're not a member, follow the Swanson page, and I'll make sure it gets streamed on there. I'll send someone a message and get it on there.
Because I I represented Swanson when I played in the pairs at last year's Nationals, because I played with Lee Hildred.
Ah.
So I had to join Swanson to play for that, but that was fine. I mean, it didn't worry me, and they were so good as supporters as well.
Yeah, it's good.
Lee and I ended up getting to the last 16. We actually did the best of all the Swanson pairings, but a lot of the players who had been knocked out prior actually came to watch us play in the game where we got knocked out against Ryan King and Sam
Newman.
Sam Newman, yeah. So it was good to have that support.
Yeah, no, I think maybe it's like a West Auckland thing, because everyone that plays in all the tournaments is like a big family.
I know you will, Sheldon. You're a great big teddy bear.
You'll hug them. What you mean?
Oh, when he plays in the Masters next week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's actually a few of the Masters players around. Some of them have come in early to watch some games. I've seen a few from Tauranga. I've seen Tom Cook and Mike Ryan. They've been here. Don't really know a lot of other people, but there's a few guys here. Oh, Tio and Rob.
You talk, Mr. Southwest. I did see that comment you made. You're talking about the South Islands at Richmond, are you? Last month.
Was that in the pairs?
Yeah, Tom and I got
Tom
to the
did
finals
really well.
pairs. Somehow. Well, I say somehow, but to be honest, we both played really, really well that day. The first game was a bit of a struggle, but after that we just clicked. You're talking about Swanson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a
Victoria's
minute,
just going to
just have a look.
Victoria's just going to have a look for you, Jodie.
So it's just Swanson RSA 8-ball section. Cashmere. Do you play a tournament at Cashmere? Different
I
tournament?
play for Cashmere, but the tournament was held at Richmond.
Did you play in a tournament last weekend? Maybe?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, there we go. Good work.
You're
Clicked
talking
in.
about the Cashmere. That was not this weekend just gone. It was the one before that. The Peers, our club champ Peers, when I played with Greg Easton, we got to the final and got beaten by Chris Geary and Jojo 5-4 in the final.
Ooh.
But we were 4-1 down and were 2 balls away from winning it.
I've just seen Tatum and Agnes's game finish. Looks like Tatum won that. She was taking up the board. So I think they'll give her a quick break, and then herself will be on the next table playing against
Either Rita or
Corinne, who are still playing. Okay, so it might be a while. Rita and Corinne's game could take a little bit, actually.
Depends on what the score is, though, because we could be a fair way advanced, because last time I had a score on that game, it was 3-2 to Corinne.
Oh, okay.
Well, hopefully Lee Hildred's online to accept you, Jodie, if he's a moderator.
Oh, Temple might be as well. I don't know who's the moderator on there. Just send a few messages and see what we can sort out. Oh, and also another thing, the refereeing this week has been absolutely awesome. There's so many of them floating around. They've all been lovely. I think Ronnie's the head ref, and all the other refs that have been here helping have been amazing. A few of them are playing as well, which was really impressive to see people playing and then afterwards coming to ref.
So I think Kat played, didn't she?
Yeah, Kat played.
Kat played. I'm not sure if Nicole played. I know Nicole's definitely been doing a lot of reffing.
I don't think she played. Tab played as well, and she's reffing.
Tab's fairly new at reffing, so
Yeah.
but I'm happy that she's
been
willing
really
to put
good.
her hand up
Yep.
to do it. I mean, they get a lot of my appreciation, referees. It's a hard job.
Yeah, so they've been really, really good. It's been really
Charlotte
awesome.
Coleman is Jojo Coleman's sister-in-law, married to Jojo's brother Dan.
Are they here this weekend? Oh,
Yes.
This week? I haven't seen them at all.
I've seen Dan. I think
Oh, okay.
Charlotte's here as well. This is more my sort of style.
What obituary?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Cause of death.
Obituary.
Is that a heavy metal band?
Yeah, they're a death metal band. I'm into a lot of different. I know this is talking about a whole bunch of nothing because there's no game
There's no
going
game
on.
on.
But I'm into a lot of different kinds of music. Oh, cheers, Blake.
Hi, Blakey. I'm going to see you in a few weeks, actually, coming down to Coast. Think I'm staying with you guys. Got some cheap flights.
I'd love to commentate on one of your games, Blake. I've actually a fairly big fan of yours too. You've done some amazing things
So
in your
exciting
short
to
time
watch.
playing this game.
Yeah, good to see a lot of viewers as well, even though there's no game going on. I think people are just tuned in waiting for the next game.
I think they're just also tuned in because they want to actually
Listen to
see
us.
or hear something. Even though we might be talking a bunch of bollocks at the moment, at least something's happening. But I listen to a lot of different music. I'm into hip hop rock, heavy metal, including the really nasty stuff like death metal, black metal,
Can we move the cameras? That's a good point.
bit of 80s. We can.
See if we can see any of the game. Oh,
That's about the best view I can
Yeah.
get, unfortunately. So we don't actually have a camera that's closer to that side of the room.
might give people a fair idea of who wins the frame. So it could be actually, that's a good question. It could be a better angle. And who can I see watching that I can message? Agnes playing on table. Okay. Sorry, I don't quite know what that means, Kevin. A bit confused by that comment, although not hard to confuse me.
That's a good cell phone.
But yeah, I know that the side of the draw that Rita was in, it's the side I was on as well. I think it was actually the easiest quarter of the draw, because I was very excited and then dipped out this morning.
That excitement was very quickly tapped out.
Yeah, lost my first game. I played like an absolute turkey. Didn't deserve to win at all anyway.
It's worse when you know too.
Yeah.
You know you played like a bag of spuds and you just slink away with your tail between your legs like, oh, I came all this way to lose first game.
Yeah. And then everyone comes up and they talk to you and they're like, oh, unlucky. And I'm like,
So,
not
shut
unlucky.
up.
Yeah. No, I played terrible. It wasn't unlucky. It was all my fault.
It's kind of like what happened to me at the singles at the South Islands. I played Gina Grimwood first game and she played really, really well and I played average and she beat me 3-0 and I just thought, oh, hell no. But it was just one of those things. I mean, you can be slightly off like I was and get pumped, especially at race to 3 like it was.
Did you only play race to 3 in the South Island?
Because the size of the field. It was a
Wow.
berg field. It was 222 players, so 128 qualified because we took the next best 17.
Yeah.
So we had a berg field.
Oh, see, that's another discussion
This
to
is
have.
this is only a 64 player field, and they didn't take
They
next
only needed
7.
to take 7. Yeah, because I thought that's what they would have done, but then like I'm not quite sure how it all works, and I think it affects the rankings if you're taking people through that aren't in the top 3, and it's
I think what you do is there's 2 ways you can score it. You can either score them with an extra 7 like you would the qualifiers, or it's a 5 for being
the
one of the next best. So
because it's like such a interesting topic because it makes sense to not have buys, but then also it makes sense just to qualify the top 3 so you know where you stand.
I mean, it saves people having to wait and see if they've actually squeaked in.
Yeah.
But I do like not having buys because it means that everybody starts at the same place.
Yeah.
So last 64 in our case at the South Islands, we were all starting in the same place. Sorry, last 128, South Islands, we were all starting at the same place.
Yeah.
We didn't have to wait. We weren't playing a person, if we had a buy, who'd already played and gotten warm.
Yeah, and you knew what table you're on because you go straight down the list and it's all in order.
And you don't have to wait as long either.
Because I think Jojo and Temple had I don't think they played till like 11 o'clock this morning and we started at 9 o'clock. It just because those first games went like 3-4 or just took so long. Slow players.
Yeah, I can think of one player in particular. I'm not going to name them. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about.
Are they here? Ooh, I actually didn't notice. Oh, that other semi-final has just finished and I did not see who won. Or is it Hill Hill? Corinne's filling in the card.
Well, players shake each other's hand when it's Hill as well, so it's a bit confusing.
I don't think it's finished because Rita doesn't look very upset. I think it must be 4 each.
Oh, does she usually look a bit upset if she loses?
Yeah. I played her a few times in Auckland and she's not the best.
Someone's nailed it right on the head. Didn't want to say it, but someone else has. I feel absolved.
I've actually never met Aileen before this tournament because I'm still a fairly newbie. And I was the captain of the North team and she was the captain of the South team. And I got on through like house on fire actually. It was really great. We just had lots of banter and for anyone, I don't think it was streamed, but I think it was recorded. The North vs South game was an awesome evening for everyone. I think all the players enjoyed it, had a good time. It's just unfortunate that the stream wasn't working.
I was attempting to do commentary on that.
Yeah.
Because, as you say, there was no internet, so it had to be recorded. So anybody who wanted to watch it would have had to watch it afterwards.
Yeah, I think the South won 73-75, but a good effort from the North being so far away from home, and 73-71 I've just been informed. It's incorrect for a change.
You got the margin correct though.
Yeah, but
That's the main thing.
And it was
And you got
awesome,
the winning
right?
team correct.
Yeah, but I think everyone that played actually really enjoyed it. There was so many supporters, and
It's about right. I'm not going to disagree with that.
she hasn't won so many titles for podding out, I guess. That's how you win games. And the ladies, you block a pocket and everyone freaks out. Do we know who's in the other finalists for the flight? I know Celia
Celia
played,
versus Lizzie at the moment. Whether that game's
I think
still
it's finished
going.
because they were down here on this side.
That game's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's finished.
Yeah.
So, Celia was 2-0 ahead. Whether that has translated into her winning, I don't know.
She's been playing well, so I'd hope that it has actually. She's someone that I don't think has had a lot of big results, but someone that could quite easily go all the way.
Well, she's in a relationship with Kerry Wirtz, and Kerry's probably been showing her a lot
few
about
things and
how to
helping
play.
out. Yeah. Oh, well, Lizzie's, we can just see, I think they've called out the flight final, and I think Lizzie's sitting down, so I think Celia must have won. Because that's Lizzie, otherwise she'd be getting a cue. So
Oh,
it must
so
be
it's,
Gayleen versus Celia.
Well, there's Rachel Palmer there, just next to Lizzie. Lizzie, by the way, is sat down just to the left of centre of the camera view. What I'm going to do, Victoria, is I'm going to cut the stream and then restart it.
Oh yeah, okay,
Because
so
we've got a 5-hour time limit, so I want to restart it when the semi gets played. So don't worry, folks. This will get restarted. I'm just going to stop it for now because we're starting to get close to our 5-hour time limit. But we'll see you very shortly. Hope you
So
continue
all
to
you
stick
viewers,
around.
make sure you come back and listen to us talk some more smack for the next few hours. The drunker I get, the better it gets.